All right, what is going on, guys? How are you doing today? Happy Wednesday. Great to see all of these beautiful faces hanging out already. What is going on? We got a lot of people hopping in already. Let's see who's all hanging in. We got Gibbs, we got Johan. What's up, guys? Joe, what's up? 802 with your Sublime Focus. Oof, let's go. Nice. Atta boy. Sublime. That's probably going to be the last 800 the Sublime Focus ever shoots. Nah, probably not, but that's awesome. Johan again. JC, what's up, man? Good to see you. Delivery to Joe, what's going on? We got Gandhi hopping in at the top of the morning on the other side of the planet. Who else we got? Kai, what's up, Kai? Buzz, what's going on? James, how's it going? Maniac, what is up? John, ready to talk all things bowling balls. Russell, Jim, James, how you guys doing? Yofo, Wayne, Wayne with the evil eye hype squad. Gone, Vito, Greg, Gabriel, what is going on, guys? We got a lot of people hopping in early today. Hope you guys are having good days. We are here talking everything bowling balls because we have release week this week. We have 9 different bowling balls that are releasing just in today, tomorrow, and Friday. So we're going to talk everything and anything about those because I have a lot of information about most of them. I've thrown 2 of the 9 already and own both of them. And then the other 7 I've seen a lot on. I put more research into these 9 bowling balls than arguably any bowling ball in the past. I've seen them go down the lane more times, both in person and on video. So I think I've got pretty much everything that you can about these bowling balls before the public all gets them. So we'll talk everything those. I had a few posts go kind of viral this week in the bowling world with our categorization guides. So if you guys want to talk about those, I'd love to go into more detail on our categorization guides and explain what they are for a lot of our new people here and for a lot of people that are hopping in just because they saw me through that. But otherwise, let's get going. And yes, Brett Spangler, I know the Motive Ball Guide is probably better than my categorization guide, but come on, the colors are cooler on mine. Like, you got to pick the cool colors. He commented on one of mine and was like, Motive has its own with an ellipses. Like, sorry, man. But let's get it going. Remember, we are live on 4 different platforms right now. We're live on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and Facebook. So if you're on that platform, make sure to drop a follow or a subscription, whichever is the free one on your site. It's the best way to help support the channel and to help us continue to be pumping out 1 billion videos a week at this rate. Is pretty much what it feels like. We are at 3 YouTube videos per week. We're at 2 TikToks per day at a minimum. We're at at least 1 Facebook post, 1 Instagram post. We have a lot going on. So let's see what is going on in chat. Remember, this is always, as always, a full live Q&A for you guys. So any questions you guys have about anything bowling or non-bowling related, make sure to put them down. If I miss your comment and it's a couple minutes and I skip over it or accidentally miss it, whatever it may be, just make sure to type it again. Don't spam, but I will have a lot of comments coming in, so make sure just to double insert it after a couple minutes so that I don't end up missing it, because we're going to be reading off a lot of different chats right now. So again, we also have all of our sponsors on the stream. Bowling.com, love those guys. We had a video go live with them a couple of days ago. They're absolutely fantastic over there. We have G Fuel up in the corner over there. 20% off ZVL Bowling, and then Champions Pro Shop. That's the pro shop I work at. But let's get it going. Let's see. Kai, we saw all of those. Nub, what's up? Did you beat ZA yet? No, I'm like only rank C maybe. I might have just gotten to rank C. I just beat another round of 3 megas, and I'm excited to play a lot this weekend. Russell, Jim, we saw all you guys. Chuck, what's going on over on Facebook? Jim, Scatia has me grounded from League tonight, so I'm here. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Glad you're in a good spot yet. Mike, can you see our faces? You need to patent that? Oh, absolutely I can. 100%. Yeah. No, when you guys click onto the screen, I can see through your face cam as well. You didn't know that? No, but I cannot. And also, putting a piece of tape over your face cam thing doesn't actually do anything. Let's see. Alec, would you recommend adding surface to a strong and sharp ball for sport shots? Honestly, yes. Usually what I do, I have a lot of my strong and sharp bowling balls at 3000 grit. If they're a little bit on the weaker side. So if I want to make them less skid snappy, I hit them with a little bit of surface. That's what I do on almost every pearl ball. Ironically, I didn't do it on the amped and I didn't do it on the energized that I just drilled, but every other pearl ball, oh, and the origin. Every other shiny ball I usually hit with 3000 grit because it's just a little too clean and a little too quick. So yes, that is a very, very common. See, Clifford, what up? Maniac, did you delete the Brunswick category video? No, I didn't. No, it's still out there. Yeah, it was maybe two. It was it was my second one that I posted. I went Motive, then Brunswick, then Storm, I believe. So I think it should be out there yet. I hope it's not deleted. Be worried if it was. Kayla, thank you for the gifts. Appreciate it. Yofo, thinking of switching to one-handed, what should I work on first? If you do end up switching to one-handed, getting the motion of the ball just coming off of one hand is the biggest thing. One-handed, two-handed, you don't have to worry about rev rate too much. It usually comes with built-in rev rate. One-handed, you don't have it. So you're going to want to focus on your hand being behind the ball, being a little bit under the ball, and getting through it. That's going to be your best way to be able to succeed going from 2 to 1. And Sean, what is going on? Thank you for the $20 tip through Super Chat. How you doing? Your channel got me to a third discontinued ball. First is Optimum Pearl, second is the Phase AI, and now an OG Attention Star. Y'all better heed Zach's sage words with regards to the OG Star. The OG Star is awesome. Yeah, we are. Thank you so much, Sean. Really appreciate it. If you are new here, we are usually the only ones on the internet to post when a ball gets discontinued. I did see Bowler X had a couple posts on Instagram a little bit after we posted our stuff, or I posted my stuff, and no one else posts about it. It's weird. People hear about this stuff before I do. I know that for a fact, but I'm the only one that posts about it, so we're gonna keep doing that. So that's the, at a bare minimum, if you don't like anything I do, just make sure to subscribe or follow so you don't miss out on any big discontinued news. It's always a big one. So weird that no one else posts about it, man. I don't get why. Don, I tried using the grip tape in practice and it feels weird. Hey, that's all good. Grip tape is a love-hate thing for people. Either it's going to fit your game super well or it's not going to fit at all. So it's good to try it. I always recommend trying those things, like try vacuum grips once, try thumb slugs or sleeves once, try grip or finger tape, try thumb tape. What I pointed at my thumb for my finger, whatever one it may be. Try all that stuff out just to see what works and what doesn't. Gabriel, what will 500 grit do? It's going to make the ball hook really early. The lower surface you have on the ball, the earlier and smoother the ball is going to be. So like yesterday, I had a guy come into the pro shop who his Arctic Vibe was too angular down lane. So what we did is we took the polish off it. We brought it down to about 2000 grit, and that ended up helping out a ton. Greg Muncie, need a carry down killer. That's always a tough one. For carry down, the best thing that I always like to do is use a stronger core, stronger cover. Usually that's more of like the stronger ball in the strong sharp category. So I would say the newest ball that would be good for that is the Energize. I think that's going to be the best like carry down bowling ball. Because it's not too angular and it still has a big enough core and cover where it's going to hook when there's oil down lane. The problems with the other ones, like the Alert is too weak for it. The Evil Eye is just going to hook way too early. FYI, for anyone that pre-ordered or bought the Evil Eye, that ball comes at 1500 grit. It is super sanded, super dusty. It's going to hook insanely early. That's my biggest fear of that ball. Is it is probably the most popular ball of the 6 releasing from Brunswick, based because of the marketing and a couple of polls that I saw is what it's saying. But the ball is going to be very, very early, and it might not look good in league for you. It might be too early and too slow down lane, so be aware of that. It's not going to be good on carry down, though. Intel's just too weak on carry down. I think the Energize is going to be the play. The Ricochet Return is a little too sensitive to oil, so I don't think that'll be the play. So overall, I think the Energize is. Seth, I'm considering getting an RST Hyperdrive Pearl. Would it be a good idea being I got the amp? So from everything I'm seeing, especially with throwing the amped right now, the Hyperdrive Pearl is just that step above it, just a step smoother and a step earlier. So yes, you can pair them together. They are going to be a little bit close, but I think there is enough differentiation that you'll be a-okay. Jim, crack the surface on the amped is absolutely the way to go. Good to know. I'm like hovering the line of like, do I do it? Do I not? Because at a tournament I was at last Sunday, I should have. I was throwing and I was like, man, I really should have knocked the surface off of it. Because I was on a pair of lanes that was just hooking down lane. But then I throw it yesterday for a video we're gonna put out about like comparing a bunch of ball shapes, and it was awesome. So I don't know if I want to or not yet. I always did the same thing with the Origin, but I kept the 1500 grit polish, and that thing has been awesome for me. So I might keep it on the Amped as well. So we'll see. Let me catch up with what's going on the TikToks. Liam Johnson, is the Ebonite Crusher worth the money? If you're talking about the orange one, I don't think so. I think the Crusher Hybrid is worth the money. That ball is actually pretty decent. It just had the worst marketing of all time for a bowling ball. Like, they had the Ebonite Crusher, right? Ebonite Crusher, cool name, sucky ball. Then they came out with the Hybrid. Crusher Hybrid. They literally called it the Crusher Hybrid. The problem, the original Crusher is also a hybrid. So they're both the Crusher Hybrid, just one's orange, one's purple. No one knew the difference. The difference was one of them had polish on it and 15 or was at HK22C and one of them wasn't. So the one was a lot quicker. The purple one is a lot quicker down lane, but nobody knew it. So the ball got discontinued faster than any ball in the last 2 years. Crazy. And Brady McDonough making his appearance, 500 to 4,000 surface, amped cheat code. That's what I'm thinking. I think that ball will be good with like a really rough underneath layer and then just that smoother surface above it. I think that's where it's going to be good. I think it's going to be pretty versatile, honestly. I've been a big fan of mine. I tried not to fangirl over it in my review of it, but I threw 20 in a row with it. So it was kind of hard not to. Like, it just matched up for me really well. But I think for a lot of people, it fits just what you want for a symmetrical pearl ball. Like, it's not too quick. It's not too smooth. It's not too early, not too late. It's like that Goldilocks just right spot. Also, drink of the day is Mountain Dew Kickstart, as you can see in very large letters on the side. The best flavor because they got rid of all the good flavors, which is very sad. That was like 6 years ago they did that, but I'm still salty to this day. I'm still upset at those guys, those jerks. James, opinion on the Hammer Effect Tour. Looking to get a second ball. Your first is the Equinox. Hammer Effect Tour is my favorite hammer ball probably ever, honestly. That Effect Tour has been amazing for me. It's my go-to. It's my staple in my arsenal right now. It's a good house shot ball. It's a good sports shot ball for me. The low differential ASIMs are just a really good play. Ion Pro Solid, Effect Tour, Black Widow Mania V1, or Black Widow V1, whoopsie. All of those I think are really good bowling balls to have and at least to try. So if you can, I'd recommend it. And they might still be on sale too in some places right now. They've kind of been jumping between on sale and full price all over the place, and I don't know why. I was luckily able to grab one for like, I think 120 or 125 while it was on sale for a day or two, which was an insane price because the ball retails at 190. Jake Marrero, thoughts on the Ember? The Ember is kind of hit or miss overall. The Ember wants to be good. It is very fun to throw on the fresh because it's super angular down lane, sends a ton of messengers. It's just a really good ball motion. It's a baby Rockstar amped. However, when there's carry down lane or there's too much early friction, that ball doesn't move. That ball rolls out, and that's the biggest problem for it. So the spot that it's supposed to be really good, it's not. So it's really good if you want to throw that on the fresh. Fantastic choice. Amazing choice. The minute there's carry down, the minute you get to games 2 or 3 in the transition, that's when it really struggles. So take that with whatever it is. I think the Rockstar Amped handles oil better than the Ember is what I'm seeing. And it also handles oil better than the Gremlin as well. But the RST Hyperdrive Pearl handles oil better than both of them too. Gelly just bought the Hammer Max Effect. Love to see that. Dustin, Primal Ghost, Evoke Hysteria, or Black Widow 3.0 for heavy oil. Which is the best? I would go Black Widow 3.0. That's the strongest of the bunch. So I think that's going to be a good play. Let's see. C. Schwartz, thank you for streaming and being such a great bowling resource. Oh, absolutely, Schwartz, for sure. That's what we're here for. Bowling was really missing that area. Like, we have ball reviewers. Most of bowling content creation is just a bunch of guys who ball review, and that's it. So our goal is to do all the other stuff, try to get you everything else that we can. Of course, ball reviews are going to be involved, hopefully, but try to get you everything and anything possible to try to help you out in this lovely game of bowling. JC, any tips on being able to keep your elbow into your body for a better roll? One of my personal favorite tips that I heard, this is actually a J.R. Raymond tip, was when if you're one-handed, JC, when you're throwing it, try to have the back part of your middle and ring finger hit the inside of your pant leg of yours. If you're a righty, like your slide plant leg, That's one good way to try to get that elbow inside a little bit more. That's one that's really helped me, honestly, try to fix my game over the summer. Art Owens, what is going on from Facebook? I throw pretty much down and in righty one-hander. 500 revs and 15 miles an hour with 15 pounds. What ball do you recommend? If those are your stats and you want to play down and in, you're going to need something like a tropical surge. In all honesty, you're going to need something pretty weak. A hustle, a tropical surge, because you're very rev dominant. And for rev dominant bowlers, it's very hard to stay on the outside part of the lane. Usually you need something very, very weak to play out there. Don's Bowling Buddies throwing a Brunswick Inferno to start league. Whew, wow. That is an oldie but a goodie. Love to hear that. Red Vacuums, what is going on over on Twitch? How you doing, man? Nub, I beat the game and got a shiny charm already. Dude, it's been a week. Absurd. Well done, but absurd. Gandhi, I saw your video on asymmetrical balls. Could we make a similar one about layouts? Well, I already have one about layouts. I have a full guide on layouts on the channel. It is, it's like a 30-some minute video. It shows you all the 3 big layout guides. It shows you what all the numbers mean, what layouts you can use, and some examples. So I'd recommend checking that video out. Wayne, I think we should dedicate an entire 2 hours to discuss whether the Ebonite entity actually exists or if they made 10 of them to give to YouTubers and that was the full productive run. Dude, I would love to see, like, I don't know, unfortunately, what the entity does. I had one guy, one singular person, Brady Gustafson, Minnesota. Love you, Brady. You're the only guy that I've seen throw that entity. He's the only person. He loved it. He said it's insanely strong and quick down lane. But that's the only guy I've ever seen own that bowling ball anywhere near me, which is crazy. Online, you never see a pro throw it. You never see an amateur throw it. It's insane. Yeah, you're right. I don't know if the ball truly does actually exist. There might have been like a run of 30 and then they sold out and they're like, we're done, because I don't see it at all. It's crazy. And unfortunately, there's really no like Brunswick ball reviewers who bring back old bowling balls like that. Like, comparisons are kind of, unfortunately, not something that happens often anymore. Usually there's like one comparison per new ball that comes out at most. So it's really unfortunate. I don't know. I would love to know more about what the entity does, but it's just an enigma. It's a myth. Daniel Carnes, when is the next Arsenal review? I have it recorded. It's going to go out, I believe, next Saturday. This Saturday, or actually, it might be this Saturday. I have to see if I can get it done Friday. If I can get it done Friday, then it's going to be this Saturday. If I can't, it's going to be next Saturday, but within the next week or so. And then we're going to try to get a lot more done this weekend. This weekend is a hardcore grind on content. I have no tournaments. I have no like pressing videos to get done. So we're going to be going ham on those. Absolutely ham. Don, fine, I'll drill the evil eye for league tomorrow. Ooh, boy. Oh, I wanted to drill that thing. Not really. But good luck with it. Let me know how you like it. Mike Mitchell. I'm going to get in trouble reading your comments, Mike. Don, the heels of my Brunswick Alpha Max are super grippy. Any suggestions on how to make it more slippery or less grippy? The heels are not interchangeable. Ooh, that's a good one. You might have to like rub off that initial layer of rubber. That might help. The lower layers of rubber might actually be a little more slick. So I think just trying to rub off that top layer will help a lot. Alec Lane, can you describe what a cliff is? How do you recommend combating it? Maybe the type of ball to use? Absolutely. I would love to. So a cliff in terms of bowling is where there's a lot of oil in the middle of the lane and not much oil on the outside of the lane. This happens a lot during house shots because a house shot is that same thing. However, usually at the start of a house shot, the lanes are okay. Like you can still strike from a lot of places. However, they start getting worse and worse where if you're a righty and you start missing inside, or lefty too, if you start missing inside, your ball doesn't hook. And if you start missing outside, your ball hooks immediately and goes through the face. That's when it's a clipped condition. Now, the best thing to do is ironically opposite of what you do in a lot of other situations. You want to ball up to something stronger and smoother down lane. So that's when you want to go to a medium smooth ball or a strong and smooth ball, because those bowling balls will do what we call blend the cliff. When you blend the cliff, that means if you miss outside, when a pearl ball would see the friction and go through the face, this stronger, smoother ball is going to be slow off of it and still hit the pocket. And if you miss in, the ball is strong enough where it's going to fight through that oil and still hit the pocket. That's what you want to do on those cliffs. That's how you succeed. So Hopefully that's a pretty good explanation for you. If you have more questions about it, definitely let me know, because the cliff is very interesting and very annoying in bowling. Draco, thoughts on the amped being a step down from the hyperdrive pearl? Yeah, absolutely. That's really where it fits best. Sam, having trouble finding a good ball on fresh. Rev dominant, 16 mile an hour on wood lanes. Let me know what ball would fit. Switch from synthetic. So wood lanes are really tough because good wood lanes act like synthetic lanes. Bad wood lanes or mediocre wood lanes hook instantly. That's where you need like the IQ Tours. You need like even the Typhoons or the Ultimate Records. You need those weaker bowling balls that aren't going to lock up. Asymmetrical balls are generally pretty bad on wood lanes. You usually need those weaker symmetrical cores and covers that are not going to hook instantly. So I'd recommend those weaker bowling balls. That's really what's going to help, especially if you're rev dominant. Maniac, I've looked, I couldn't find it. Link you dropped wouldn't work either, but I'll keep looking. I mean, I'll check quick. I'll grab the name for you quick. Don't worry, I got you. While I'm doing that, C. Schwartz downloaded Lane Tracks. It's super helpful. Good. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, Lane Tracks is an incredible app. Graham did such a good job with that app. Yeah, here you go. So for you, Maniac, it's called Brunswick Hammer and More Bowling Balls Ranked, categorizing 60 plus bowling balls. I posted it on September 28th. It has about 15,000 views. So check out that video. That is the one that you want to look at. That is the winner. See, Gandhi, does lowering the surface grit on certain lane patterns cause the ball to lose energy? Yes, absolutely. Like if you throw, that's why with the Evil Eye, it's so dull out of box. Where if you throw that on a house shot, it might hook too early, lose its energy, and then be really smooth and bad down lane. That happens a lot, especially on lower volume patterns. Big B had a big league day last Thursday. 863? Oh my God. Without a 300 is insane, dude. 288, 278, 297. You cannot be upset with that, man. There is no way you can be upset with that, bro. That is insane. 860 without a 300 that's the cool part. That's the really cool part. I think the house record at my home center is like an 860 without a 300 as well. I believe he went 299, 280 something to start. Something like that, but I can't remember. That is wild. Don, don't discontinue the discontinued ball segments. Oh, do not worry. That is not going anywhere. That is still the second I hear about these discontinued balls, I'll make a video and post it for you guys. Jordan Mazel, would you recommend a 900 Global Origin EX or a Hyperdrive to replace your Pi? I would go the Hyperdrive will be a better replacement of the Pi. That'll be a little closer. KR, thoughts on Pete Weber? Pete is a great bowler and not a good human being when it comes to a lot of choices. Like if you want to learn how to make bad choices, do what he did. He tried every substance on the market multiple times over. But he was an amazing bowler, so a lot of that stuff does get ignored for that. But yeah, he's a guy. He fits his nicknames. Chillin', what do you think this Arsenal for League? Jackal EJ, Evoke Hysteria, Primal Ghost, Max Throw Hybrid. That looks awesome, man. That looks perfect. Justin Weissman, I watched my PSO throw 804 with the entity. Hey, there's another one. Hey, that's one of the 50 on the market. Papo just bought the Ion Pro Solid, but I'm leaving lots of 7s. I'm a lefty. Yeah, that model might be a little too, well, it shouldn't be too smooth down lane for you because a lefty usually isn't the case. So that's interesting. Might be a better transition ball for you then. The Jerry Mars sighting. Jerry is here. What's going on, man? How you doing? Let's see. Ivan, what pearls do you recommend if you're just starting out bowling? If you're just starting, I honestly recommend starting lower end, like a Hustle Glow or a Hustle M&M. Start with some of those weaker reactive bowling balls to try to learn a little more about the game and then be able to go up into some stronger stuff if you need it, if you're not too rev dominant. Chillin', we hit Michael. What ball is better, Attention Star S2 or 1? Oh, the 1 by far. 1, yeah, 100%. The Attention Star is better than the S2. Default, not looking at comments. No, I have 2 different chats. We have YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook on one side, and then TikTok on the other. So I'm alternating between the 2, man. Chad Arrow, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Brian T, I've been plagued by the one pin. No matter what I do, I leave one. Your ball might not be having enough energy when it hits the pocket. It might be hooking too early. So I'd recommend trying to play deeper on the lane to preserve some energy. So if you're leaving a lot of corner pins, remember, make sure to move around the lane a little bit more. Make a 2-board move left, make a little bit of a speed bump up, whatever it can be, trying to do that. Don't keep doing the same thing to leave a 10 pin 6 times over. Let's see. Ivan, we hit no more. How do you feel about the Black Widow 3.0? It's a fantastic ball. One of the better hammer balls. Again, a solid Black Widow is always going to be good. It's always a great ball. I didn't match up to mine, unfortunately, but it is overall a good ball for a lot of other people. If it doesn't match up to me, it doesn't mean it won't match up to you. That's the big thing with a lot of ball reviews as well that you need to remember. I'm going to make a video about this sometime soon, but if a ball reviewer says this is the greatest ball ever or this is the worst ball ever, it doesn't mean that's the case. Almost every ball reviewer on the internet right now, they tell you what their personal opinion is. They're not telling you like what it's going to be best for, where it compares to other things. Most are just, man, this ball is striking for days for me. It's like, well, what are you bowling on? What does it compare to? We don't really get those answers a lot. So that's always a big thing to, oh, I got to turn off that Streamlabs noti. Whoopsie. That's always a big thing to remember with a lot of this stuff is if a ball looks good for me, it doesn't mean it's going to look good for you. My ball roll might just match that thing where like a ball that I hate might roll really well for you. That's always a thing that can happen in bowling. Like for me, weaker bowling balls never do well because of my ball roll. But for you, weaker bowling balls might be your favorite bowling ball on the market. So that's always something to remember. Always take everything with ball reviews and all that jazz with a little bit of a grain of salt, just to make sure that you're not making a bad decision in any way. All right, let me turn it. Where are my timers? There are my timers. Let's turn that. There we go. Okay, now we're good. All right. Gabriel, I'm trying to sand my HX10 to see if it doesn't work, I'm going to get rid of it. Gabriel, that ball is insanely old. I'd assume you'll have to get rid of it soon. Jim, does a pearl still grab later than a solid if both are surfaced at the same grit with the same core? Yes, absolutely. If you had the same exact cover stock, same exact core, and you put them both to the same surface, one is pearl, one is solid, the pearl is always going to hook later. You cannot take the pearl out of the cover stock. It just will always, because of how it's made, hook later than the solid. Aaron Gull, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, man. Seth White, where the Cove fit. Cove is like a weaker medium smooth ball. Yeah, so I even watch the spam, man. Don't post too much. Victor, what's going on? How you doing? Great to see you. Yeah, Cove is like a weaker, it's such a smooth, medium and smooth bowling ball. It is insanely slow down lane. I'm gonna polish mine because I've heard a few guys, I think the Barneses love theirs polished, so I'm gonna try polishing mine just because I can't find a good spot for it. Like, it's too early to be used on transition and burn, but it's too smooth sometimes to be able to use in like a house shot and all these other spots. Aaron, and thank you for the subscription. Really appreciate it. But it's tough. I really got to figure out what to do. Victor, follow this guy if you haven't already. Drop some knowledge. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Hey, go follow him too. He bowls really good, and he probably has a tournament in 3 days that you can watch and binge all day long. One of my favorite things to do is just pop on that stream for an hour or two, just while I'm like doing dishes or eating. It's like, hey, Victor's on. He's bowling something. Let's watch. Because that dude is a weekend warrior. You are bowling all weekend. Exactly. Every time. Gandhi, some bowling alley lanes tend to hook too much. Which type of bowling balls would be best on sport patterns in those conditions? So it always depends on, on the lane surface, on the pattern, all that. But overall, if the lanes just hook too much, you got to go to those weaker pearl balls. That's going to have to be your play. And thank you for the subscription. Appreciate it, man. Kebrew, what's going on? Ended up driving the 3 hours for the Golden Jackal and Mythic Jackal for $60 total. Nice. Love that. And we'd hit Brady already. Sweet baby Jazzy B. The amped is so good, you got to buy 2. I did see one post already of like, you need to buy 3 of this Equinox Solid. I'm like, no, please. No, that invalidates you with making opinions. No one wants to listen if you're trying to sell them 3 of the same ball. Everybody out there, you probably don't need even 2 of the same ball, let alone 3. Andy, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, man. Oh, that is going to be a hill I'm going to die on over and over again. Don, would the Rockstar Amp be a good replacement for your Duo, or would a GB5 Pearl? So both of those are going to be more angular than the Duo. The Duo was so smooth. The Duo was a weird ball. If you want the smoother of the two, that's going to be the GB5 Pearl. The Amped is a little quicker than that one, but it is a little bit stronger. The Amped kind of has like the same strength level. It hooks in the same part of the lane. The GB5 hooks a little later, but the Amped is going to be a little quicker. So I'd recommend the GB5. Mike, I still can't read that, bro. To Joe, I prefer parking lot surface. Yes, when in doubt, just roll your bowling ball in the parking lot to really get that 180 grit going. That's going to be the best play. Mike Mill, I shot 626 with a new Widow Tour. Hey, love to hear that, man. Congrats, dude. Graham, we hit Kobe. What's going on? Lil MC, is there a reason you should shine an Ion Max? Oh, absolutely, for sure. Shiny Ion Max is actually the dude who shot 899 with it like 10 months ago. That one, he shined, he polished. I think big ASIM solids, if you want to use them on house shots, I think they're best polished. Like my Jackal Onyx, when I use that on house, I have it at like 3,000 grit. I don't polish it, but I have it at like 3,000 grit just because those big, strong ASIMs usually hook way too early on house shots. So if you want to use it in league, I think that's a good option, honestly. Actually, no, I think Bryce, a guy who I was bowling against this weekend, I think he had his at like, it was probably lane shined up to like three or 4,000 grit, but he whacked a shot with that thing. Wow. He also destroyed my line, that jerk. I was playing a Rockstar like 3 right of him, and I had nothing left. I had no hold. And he was a wicked 2-hander, so I was not getting further left than him either. Thank you for the follow also. Appreciate it. ISO, my pro shop has a white Jackal sitting there. Yeah, so that is the Jackal EJ. That was a limited edition Jackal ball. It's going to be expensive. It's probably about 215 bucks, just the ball itself. But it is a super strong hybrid bowling ball. So it's going to be quicker than a lot of other solids out there, but not as sharp as a lot of shiny balls. The good ball, a lot of people really do like it. I've heard like 2 opinions now total of people that are like, I just don't match up with it. It's totally fair, but the ball looks sick. I love the colorway of it. Grumpo, what's going on, man? I have a donor who wants to order balls for my K through 12 league. It only gave me a few days to choose them. No time to test kids. What would you order if you had to buy 15 bowling balls? K through 12, I'd recommend a lot of lower end stuff. A lot of surges, a lot of hustles. You don't want anything stronger than like, I think even a Rockstar is too strong for a lot of them, unless they're like high, like 10th, 11th, 12th graders. But you're going to be buying a lot of different weights too. So that's going to be the tough thing. Remember, like, I'd recommend like guessing, like, how much do you think that kid like weighs? If they're like 80 pounds, get a couple 8-pounders. If there's a bunch that are like around 110 to 130, grab a bunch of 11, 12, 13-pounders, things like that. Gandhi, when sanding your bowling balls, do you sand parallel to the track or perpendicular? I sand it on a spinner. I'm not a good sander in that way. Like, I know you can sand certain ways to get better or to get later or earlier hook. I just put it in circles. I really don't go one way or the other. I don't think I'm good enough to notice that close enough on a lot of that. And Hyro, there is the first Evil Eye ball of the year. Unfortunately, it will not be ball of the year. JR, what's up? Ball reviews get boring. I mean, when there's so many of them, that's the tough thing. When there's so many ball reviews, the problem is they get views. They get views for days. Like, people are able to make only ball reviews for their channel and still pop off on views, where that's why they do it. I mean, I'm not going to name them just not to upset anybody, but you guys know those guys who just post ball reviews. Just like you hear nothing from their channel until new bowling balls are announced, and they post like 6 videos back to back, and then there's nothing again for like 3 weeks. Like, they do well enough in those couple days with views that they don't have to post more in their own heads. Like, I'm a perfectionist, so even if I was at 2 billion views, I'd still like keep making more and more content. Like, I can do better, but those guys they're good with what they're at. Quinn, I'm a balanced 2-hander. I have an Origin and Zen. Should I get a Typhoon or High Road 40? Your balance, I would go High Road 40. That's a more usable ball, in my opinion. I think the Typhoon's a little too weak for balance bowlers. The LT Burgers, I really like the Equinox Solid more than the Equinox. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Joey just picked up the Hazmat Pearl. That ball's good. The ball's really good. It's kind of going under the radar, but it's a good piece. It's kind of like the Rockstar Amped. I'd love to see Hazmat Pearl versus Rockstar Amped. I think that'd be a fairly close comparison in all honesty. The cores are close. I think the covers are fairly close. Sam, wood lanes are a totally different animal. True. So true. Wood lanes are painful. Vito, speed dominant bowler. In League House Shot, I start with the Mania. What would be a good second ball for transition? You'll probably want to go to something symmetrical. Hazmat Pearl that we mentioned isn't terrible. Anger Solid might be good. You might have to go to a solid ball just to avoid that cliff like we mentioned a little bit earlier. Something like that might not be bad as well. Otherwise, GB5 Pearl is a step below it all. John Romero, how do you size somebody's grips? So that one's a lot of feel, but what we have at our pro shop is we have like this long, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know, man. It's just a bunch of like 2x2 circles or like row columns of 2 circles. And then we have different grips in each one. So like it mimics like it's in the bowling ball. And then you just try your fingers into each of them. And you want your finger to get to your first knuckle, not really go much past it. So you want it to be snug, not tight. A lot of feel though is based on it. Like I like when my ring finger is a little looser, versus some people like their finger grips as tight as humanly possible. So it's a lot of guessing, but a lot of feel based on what feels best for you and what kind of bowler you are. Justin Mata, my girl's having trouble getting the hybrid thrill to the pocket. It's always Brooklyn. Can't really put more speed. What can I do for the ball to help her? Polish it. Put polish on it. That'll be the best way. Gandhi, what do you think of the Motive new tank ball? It's something that 98% of bowlers don't need, really. Like, if you need a urethane, just get a purple hammer. Is rule 1. Darren Basso, thank you for the follow. But if you are bowling PBA stuff, if you're bowling junior gold, if you're bowling anything where you have to use 78 hardness, that's where the shadow tank really comes into play. I think the shadow tank is probably the second best 78 hardness bowling ball. The black hammer is still better, but it's better than the IQ 78 the way it looks right now. So I think it is real. I think it's good, but I don't think it's the best thing ever. And I don't think most people watching this really need it. I just don't think it's a necessity for us. Like, I don't bowl PBA stuff. I'm not bowling junior gold, of course. So I'm not even thinking about getting a 78 hardness ball. And then for nationals, I never use urethane anyway. It just tears the lanes up in a way that you don't want. That kind of limits your scoring. So that's where I'm not really going with it at all. Derek Dial, my current bag is a 3D Assault Mania Widow Tour and Ion Pro Max. Ion Pro Max. God, the old Chris Barnes way. Ion Max or Ion Pro. They're two different bowling balls. Thought on anything to add or remove? If it is the Ion Max, that and the 3D Assault are a little bit close, but otherwise it's looking good right now. I like it. Jordan Harris over on TikTok. Is there a 2LS layout where I know when I can drill it for early heavy hook? Yes. So Storm has a lot of example layouts on their 2LS guides. So I'd recommend using the one for early hook. It'll probably be like a 4-inch pin, probably like a 4-inch pin to PSA, and then like a 4-inch pin to COG. Probably going to be about what it is. Lil MC, thanks for that. I'm going to give it a try. Awesome. Roy Larson, how would you throw the new Equinox? New Equinox is going to be an intro ball. Is going to be an early ball. It's going to be game 1, fresh conditions. It's not going to be the best on transition, but I think it's going to be a pretty usable fresh ball. And it is a pretty usable fresh ball. Sorry. It's already been out for a little bit. Ivan Storm Physics or any Black Widow. For what, man? I'll need a little more than that, man. Ms. Keto, what is compound polish and what does it do for a bowling ball? So compound polish is just polish where it's just going to make the ball hook later and be sharper down lane. So compound is fairly similar. Compound, is it React to Shine? No, sorry, it's Power Edge. Compound, Power Edge are pretty much the same thing. There are polishes that are like actually like make your ball super glossy. Like the Creating the Difference one is absurd with how glossy you can make a ball, and it just never hooks. Digby, High Road 40 or Typhoon. I like the High Road 40 better. It's a little more usable for more people. But if you need a ball that really doesn't hook, that's where the Typhoon comes into play. Byron, how's the new oil pattern treating you? Yeah, so our house shot got a brand new oil pattern, and overall what we did is we increased the length, increased the volume, and made it a little bit harder in terms of like the ratio, which actually makes it easier. When you're lined up with it, it's actually very easy, much easier than older house shots. So I'm actually a fan. I think ours is up to like 44 feet right now and 30 mils. So when there's less oil on a house shot, it makes it so much harder. Sal, what's a good game 3 ball for when the lanes burn up? High Road 40, like somebody mentioned earlier. Jordan Harris, what do you think of the Energize? Yeah, so let's get into that for a second. I drilled the Energize last night. So we had, Brunswick had a seminar last week where we were able to buy all the new bowling balls from them, except for the Intel and the Alert, I believe. I don't think we got those two quite yet, if I remember right. I think it was those two, or was it the Criterion? No, we have the Criterion. I don't know. Either way, we pretty much had all of them. So I ended up drilling. I bought an extra Energize, where I ended up drilling that because I'm a big fan of the Vaporize, and I need a strong and sharp bowling ball. So I tried it on a slightly transitioned house shot. It was a little bit beat up, not crazy, but the Energize got through the midline fairly okay, but it was definitely stronger than a ton of other equipment. Like, it was stronger than the Amped by a good amount. It was just a titch weaker than my Jackal Onyx when I accidentally put 3000 grit on it. Like, but it was a lot quicker down lane. So really how I'm seeing the Energize is it's a step. I have it right next to the Torpedo, the original Torpedo for Radical, where it's a step below the Hypnotize, step above something like a Criterion Hybrid, step above the Vaporize, where it's still clean-ish, and it can be quick down lane, but it's not skid snap by any means. It's very round. So overall, it's looking like a pretty decent ball. I'm excited to try it on an actual fresh house shot tomorrow to see what it does. But I'm not hating it so far. It was confusing to throw at first because the ball was super lazy down lane when I was up the back of it. But when I spun it, the ball was it went sideways. It seems like I think hand position matters a lot on that ball. But no matter what I did the pattern, it still got through the fronts really well. That was good to see. Seth White, this may sound weird, but I generally dislike throwing my big stuff. I've been preferring my smaller stuff even at tournaments. Oh, no, that's normal. A lot of guys hate throwing asymmetrical bowling balls. They hate the big, slow bowling balls. They like the quicker stuff down lane because they feel like they have more control over it, which is, kind of backwards because usually you have more control over the big stuff. Johnny Snow, thank you for the follow. But yeah, a lot of guys just like the weaker stuff, especially rev dominant guys. Like, they see an asymmetrical ball and they will never touch it. Even if they own one, they just refuse to throw it, which is A-okay. Jazzy B, for a speed dominant bowler on a heavy house shot, GB5 and Rockstar don't quite have enough teeth. I know there are plenty of stealth mode fans. What else? If you want to stick with symmetricals, that's really the last things you've got. If you want to go up to asymmetricals, there's a billion options. Forrest, thank you for the like. You have you have Mesmerize, Ion Max, Equinox Solid, you have Jackal Onyx, you have Raptor Rain, you have a ton of good asymmetrical options. Actually, Raptor Rain would be a stronger symmetrical one as well. That's probably a step above the stealth mode if you want that little bit of extra teeth to it. ADHD, what's going on? How do you compare the Anger Pearl to the High Road 40? Anger is, I think, a little earlier, but a lot quicker down lane. The High Road 40 is a lot smoother than the Anger Pearl. Grumpa, my keyboard went nuts. Nah, you're good, man. Don't worry. Jim, oh my goodness, watch a teammate throw a Tropical Surge Breast Cancer Awareness Edition. He went 11 in a row. Whew. Yeah, I tried throwing my Tropical Surge this weekend because there was lower amount of volume, and it was awful. It was bad. I rode that Tropical Surge to a 165 start. That was really fun. Because the surges are stronger than you think, and when they see friction, they go sideways because that's what weaker balls do. They see friction, they start hooking. And if they see a lot of oil, they never hook. They're very, very touchy when it comes to oil. So makes sense. If you can play up the lane with it, that's awesome. Larry Tripp, thanks for the asymmetrical review. I've been looking at asymmetrical solid ball. Helped me a lot. Good. I'm really glad you guys enjoyed that video, by the way. That was in collaboration with bowling.com. It was, if for anyone who didn't see it, it's a video talking everything and anything asymmetrical bowling balls, what they are, when they're used best, what bowlers like them best, what bowlers will not match up with them well, and then just some of the better examples on the market of asym solids, asym pearls, and then all the mild asyms. So really glad you guys enjoyed that video. If you want more like that, definitely let me know. But overall, seems like feedback's been very positive. So yeah, it was also on par with or in collaboration with bowling.com, and it was great working with those guys because they had an article go out similarly about asymmetrical equipment that I tagged in the video. Albert Wolf, what's going on? Basketball is back. Life is good. Also, Dodgers in 6. I know. I'm just sad that my Mariners lost. I'm not from Seattle. I just like the Mariners a lot. I have like 3 things from them. But yeah. Wayne, I'll buy the entity when it goes on sale. I know. I kind of want to try it when it's on sale, honestly. Lorenz, have you heard any feedback on the new Bolero oil? Yeah, I've heard negative things. The red oil is better than the blue. The blue carries down really terribly, but yeah, nothing too crazy. K-Brew, did you go to that tournament in Wasso? It did not happen. Was that the one in Wisconsin? Because I think that one got canceled. Playful Movement, what's going on? Have you seen much of the Tour V1 out on the lanes? I thought I would see it around my center, but I haven't seen a single one yet. Yeah, so I think the Widow V1 kind of got hit with Brunswick's new marketing plan. So Brunswick has a new marketing plan where for a while now, what they're going to do is they're going to announce their bowling balls and then 9 days later release them. So they used to do 3-week time periods between announcement and release, but now they're cutting it down to 9 days. Their goal is to be able to promote the older equipment or the stuff that just came out for a lot longer before announcing the new stuff, because they had situations where they'd announce the new stuff right when old stuff came out, which would kind of kill the sales. The biggest issue is their marketing team isn't great with showcasing their equipment. It's just not good. So like, yeah, the Black Widow Tour, I've seen so little of that bowling ball, even though it's a really good ball. It's a great ball. All the low differential balls are awesome. But I think their marketing plan kind of backfired, because the reason they have those 3 weeks is to get all these ball reviewers the ability to actually showcase these bowling balls. Well, when they did that, all the ball reviewers took a couple days to get these ball reviews out, and then there was nothing after that. They had the singular ball review, and that was that, which is the case for Brunswick ball reviews right now, which is unfortunate. But yeah, then nobody cared, and they just kind of waited for the next releases, which was weird, man. It was really weird. It's very disappointing because that ball's pretty good. I actually honestly forgot about the other balls in the batch. That's how little people cared about those that Brunswick batch. I already forgot what came out with the Black Widow. It kind of sucks, but I don't remember what they were. Sea Lance, what's up? Coffee time. Reese added a 768 along my 835 with the fatal. Love that. Love that. Larry Tripp, what's up? What ball would you put between a phase 2 and an infinite? Lot of stuff can go. Well, it might be a tougher spot to fill, honestly, because anything shiny is going to hook later than that infinite. They're actually kind of close in where they hook, so it's kind of hard to get a ball in between those two. And I can say that I had them both, actually. I just gave away my infinite. Sorry, sold it for $20, which was just the shipping cost. Lorenz, there's 2-handers throwing the entity near me. It looks pretty good. Good. That's where it's best, is probably that cliffed house shot. There's a lot of oil on it. A lot of oil in the middle, not much on the outside, because that core is hefty. Cosmo, I just got a GB4 red solid for $5. That's awesome. Yeah, that ball was good. I like my GB4 for house shots. I thought that's where it was best. Digby currently struggling with new Bolero house shot with low volume. Trying Visiball Game 3. Honestly, that's going to be tough. I'm not a fan of plastic ever for your strike shots. I think a Tropical Surge would be a little better, or a Rhino. I just don't like going plastic because you lose so much carry with that thing. And user replacing my Blue Coral Venom, thinking about the Gremlin. So the Gremlin will be a lot quicker, but it'll be just a titch stronger as well. Not a bad comparison, honestly. Icy, going to buy a new bowling bag and shoes. There you go. Just whatever they have. Bowling bags and shoes are a tough market right now because of the tariff situation, because the prices are getting jumped all over the place. So it's kind of hard to get them at times. Anything that they have, really. Eddie Gruber, what do you think about the Equinox? I think the Equinox is good. I like the original Equinox. I have it pinned down, and it's good for playing straighter. A lot of people like it for their house shot. Storm did a good job on marketing for that one, where it actually is a good house shot ball. The Equinox Solid is also a good house shot ball, just on heavier volumes. So I think they're both good pieces. I think they're good staples in the Storm lineup. Tristan, thoughts on having the Typhoon as the smallest ball in the bag? Yeah, that would fit best. That's kind of where it is. Bo, for college bowlers that can't use urethane, a Tropical Surge and Sand to 500 works well. You can use urethane, by the way. Like, you only can't use urethane at ISCs and ITCs. So don't handcuff yourself. Like, still use urethane. Rye, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Nick, question for you. I'm looking to replace a Revenant. High Road 40 is probably your best bet. It's going to be a little quicker, but it's going to be similar strength level. Icy, I don't think he's reading TikTok. I think he's streaming somewhere else. Yes, Icy, I am streaming. Thank you, Tyler. Yes, for everybody over on TikTok, I am streaming on 4 different platforms right now. I'm streaming on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Facebook right now. So I am jumping between different chats, reading all the different comments that are coming in. So if I'm not reading from your side, apologies. I will get there in just a second. I gotta have like a little like thing above my head that scrolls of like, by the way, he is streaming on every platform. Justin Mata, we hit K-Brew. My league, I started the Evoke Hysteria and switched to a Jackal and move right. That's, I mean, house shots, I always see house shots and sport shots are 2 different sports, 2 different entire games of bowling. The moves are different. The bowling balls that work are different. Everything is different about them. You take 2 different ways. You have to focus on strikes in one of them. The other one, you don't as much. They're 2 different games of bowling entirely, which is crazy. So there's some guys, of course, you guys know them, who can whack house shots, but they can't do sport shots because it's a different game. Just like now, there's more people coming around, a lot of kids who are really good on sport shots, but can't hit a house shot because they never bowl on house shots. 2 very different ball games. So you're going to see, I think you're going to see a lot less people who rattle off hundreds of 300s over the next like 10 or 20 years, because everybody who's really good as a kid is only growing up on sport shots, especially in those high school states where they bowl on sport shots for high school. Makes it absolutely crazy. This kickstart is slapping today. This thing is fantastic. Nick Russell, where in Minnesota are you? I'm in Owatonna, southern Minnesota. Right close-ish to the Iowa border. Old Iowa. Jim, for the question about non-interchangeable heels, there are dance shoe felt stickers you can add. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that. Mike was looking at USB-C approved, and on 1014, Swag got a Judgment Hybrid approved. Okay. Yeah, they probably will have bowling balls coming out in like 2-ish months is usually how it goes. So Swag is going to be releasing 6 balls every 6 months is kind of their plan. So you're not going to see anything from them for a while. Then they're going to just dump a lot of bowling balls out, and then you're going to not hear from them again for a while. So that's just what their plan is going to be. I don't know how they're going to discontinue stuff if they are, because they're at 12 bowling balls right now. I don't know how their sales are going or anything. That was a Bowler Smart thing. So because I'm not affiliated with Bowler Smart anymore, I really don't have much of a way to tell. Gandhi, how do pros train to control their side rotation consistently? A lot of practice. A lot of consistency practice. Aaron Gull, thanks for the content. Absolutely, Aaron. Thank you so much for hanging out on Facebook as well, by the way. I've seen you comment a couple times, so really appreciate it, man. Tori Casey, in league, strongest ball I play is my Rockstar. Don't even use my Mania. Yeah, that's totally normal. Jeffrey, Brunswick bowled a 541 with ball of the year. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that out loud. Oh, man. Yes. Remember, kids, when somebody says a ball is ball of the year before it releases, they are unfortunately not being truthful to you. Remember that. That's why it's unfortunate with that Evil Eye. It hooks so early. And like this it's good. It's probably it's super cool. I love the core mechanics behind it. I've had them explained to me a lot more. They're dope. But it's being ball of the year. You can't tell a ball's ball of the year right now, because if you say that, you're just trying to boost sales, which is successful, by the way. They successfully made the Evil Eye the biggest release of those 6. But I feel like a lot of people are going to be disappointed. I feel like that might happen. I don't want to say I told you so, but I got shredded, absolutely roasted when I talk bad about the Evil Eye on my preview video. Whew. I even had Phil commenting on my stuff. He didn't comment at me back. But yeah, I had the owner commenting at me. That was awesome. Nick Carter, 4-ball Arsenal, including the Ion Pro Solid. What do you recommend? This is probably why Brunswick doesn't talk to me. Oh, Ion Pro Solid. I would go like I think a Rockstar Amped or an Ember fits well with it as a pearl ball. I like a stronger solid with it. Phase 2, Rockstar, Equinox Solid. If you do bowl sport shots or you need something super strong, that's where the Ion Max comes in. I think that's the best ASIM solid right now. I'm hoping to get mine tomorrow is my hope. But anyways, and then I'd go like something weaker in Pearl. High Road 40 is a really good option. A Typhoon if you need it, but generally High Road 40 is like the weakest you need to go. BT, we talking bowling or Pokemon? What a setup. Hey, both. All of them. Legends EA is an amazing game. Yes, that's my Pokemon talk. No, we'll probably be I hope to stream some Pokemon this weekend. Joey bowled a 199 2 weeks ago. Nice. Love that for you. Ivan, one-handed, rev-dominant balance. I have a special effect of Blue Tundra and have a Crown Victory on the way. There you go. Yeah, I think something smoother will be good. You have a lot of quicker equipment, so something smooth might be good. Also agreed. Thanks, dude. Awesome content. Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it. Mark Leffridge, what is going on? Good evening from Cleveland. Welcome, welcome. Cleveland's favorite season coming up soon, where you can forget about the Browns and start thinking about the Cavaliers. Gandhi, top 3 bowling balls this year. My top 2 right now are Evoke Hysteria and Ion Pro Solid. Those things have blown everything out of the water right now. Those are really, really good bowling balls. I've still heard nothing bad about like very little bad things about those bowling balls, which is crazy. The third one is kind of up for debate. Like the Black Widow Mania is really good. I think the Combat is low-key pretty decent. What are some other ones? Black Widow Tour, I think, has a chance in a couple months to get there if it's thrown more. That's the problem. That ball just isn't thrown much. I like the Jackalonics a lot personally. I don't think that's top 3, but I think it's a good ball. So that third spot is kind of up for debate, but I think the top 2 are pretty locked in. Gandhi, oh yeah, that was yours, Dow. Ha, what is going on? I love saying that. Hello, what pearls would you recommend with just starting? Something like a Hustle. Hustle Glow, Hustle M&M will be a good option to start. Nerdy, thank you for the heart me. Welcome in, man. Caden, what is a good ball that bridges gap between a Vaporize and a Bubblegum? GB5 Pearl. GB5 Pearl is a great option. Did Joe, I'm late and running around throwing packages at people's houses. Thoughts on the Brunswick Alert? Any competitors? Does it suck? Is it the greatest ball to ever exist for a week or two? Yes, the last option. No, the Alert is good. The Alert is probably the best ball of the 6 from the Brunswick brands. I think that one's going to go under the radar quite a bit. It is really, I got shredded for it a little bit, but I think it acts like a solid version of the Crown Victory. It gets pretty far down lane. It's a little quicker than something like a Venom Shock or a Cove. Similar strength level, though. So I think it's a ball that's very usable. I don't think you need to just play down and in with it. I think it can wheel the lane a little bit more than some people are saying. But I think it's going to be good. I'm just a little worried it's going to get ignored pretty hard. But I think it's a good, like, weaker, medium, and smooth bowling ball. That's kind of a spot in the bag that we don't really have much for. Brunswick's only option there for a while was the Troublemaker Solid, and that ball was good. But I think this Alert is just going to be that little bit better and a little more usable in that spot. So I like it. I like it right now. Schwartz just scheduled coaching with Parker Bone. Oh, yeah, he's kind of all right at the bowling thing. He would be an okay coach. Yeah, he'd be fine, I guess. Aaron Gull, 897 with a triplicate 299 is the winner at your house. That's awesome. I would take that in a heartbeat. Sealance, I only met Pete Weber once. He had a few drinks and was vividly describing how Vegas strippers can pick up. Oh God, yeah. Yep, that's what Pete does. That's him. John Romero, can you help me classify Hammer Reactive and what condition it's best for? What's the Hammer Reactive? Or the purple reactive? Is that what you're talking about? Also, Justin, I don't know if I'm just like doubling up on your comments. I think I am because I'm about 30 minutes behind. Oh, I'm 30 minutes behind. Jeez. All right. Remember, guys, make sure we've already been here an hour. That is insane. This has been the fastest hour ever. Remember, if you guys are new here, make sure to drop a follow. Make sure to drop a subscription. It's the best way to help support the channel. You get notified for any ZVL content that's coming out on all of our platforms. We got a little bit of different stuff on every single platform. So really appreciate if you can drop a follow or subscription on all those, on whatever platform you like best, whatever that may be. Yofo, do you think the new balls that come out do the same thing as balls they replaced? No, not at all. No, that's kind of the hard thing with bowling is, I know one of the bigger things, like every bowling ball is the same. And like Dunning-Kruger effect, yes. That's the effect where like the less you know about something, the simpler it seems. The ignorance is bliss kind of idea. But All bowling balls are different. No matter what, there has never been really two bowling balls that are the exact same, identically, like absolutely nothing. Even the two identities that came out that are the same ball but different colorways aren't exactly the same. So I don't think anything is a perfect one-to-one replacement, but I think there are things that are close. So I think like Gem and RST, the RST is later. It's not, I think Ion Max is even closer than the Gem, than the RST to that, but the Ion Max is quicker down lane where the Gem is smoother. So that's kind of the tough thing. Jaden, how do you feel about the GB4? I like the GB4. I liked it a lot. I actually just got rid of mine probably about a month or two ago. It was good on house shot for me. It's smooth, likes to play a little straighter. I actually polished mine and it was pretty decent. That was the best. Julia, thoughts on the bubblegum vibe? It's pretty. Oh, 100%. It's a gorgeous bowling ball. Absolutely. I think it's the only all pink bowling ball in the market. The Ion Max has some pink in it. A couple other balls have pink in it, but no, it's really good. It's weaker, a little quicker down lane, but it's an awesome ball. Looks awesome. Really cheap price. Kind of a win-win. Kind of the win-win-win-win. Larry Thomas. Compare a Hyper Venom with a Cypher Pearl. Ooh, that's a comparison, man. Wow. Cypher Pearl is going to be quicker down lane, but they're going to hook in a similar spot. Those balls are actually fairly close together. So I would do that. Wayne, entity discontinue month, January, February, or March. I'm going to go February. I don't think they're going to discontinue anything in January. January is usually the biggest month for sales, so they don't discontinue anything in January. So I'm going to go February is when the entity's gone. Guaranteed we see another one, though. 100%. That's what Brunswick does. Timo, thoughts on the Evil Eye? It's fine. It's a strong, smooth ball. It's a symmetrical ball that's actually asymmetrical. Like no matter how you drill it, it's going to be an asim. So it's stronger than you expect, hence why the price point is so bloody high. But I think it's a little too pricey for what it does. I think you really need to know your positive access point. You need to know your pro shop to make sure it's not drilled incorrectly, because layout matters a ton on that core. So that ball probably layout matters more than any other ball in the market, which is cool, but also not that big of a deal for 95% of bowlers. So it's fine. It's not, it'll be okay. It'll be an okay ball. It might have some tour presence because it is so strong and so slow down lane, but I don't know. It'll be okay. Nick. 4-ball arsenal, including the Ion Pro Solid. We hit that one. My first ball was a phase 2, was a suggested second ball. Ember, Rockstar Amped, High Road 40, something Pearl. Sealands, Purple Hammer is a perfect example. I hate it, and it hits like a soggy napkin for me, but everyone else loves it. Absolutely, and Urethane might just not match up for you at all. Absolutely. Valadin, what do you think about the Black Widow Tour? I think it's good, and it's going to be ignored really hard. I think it's a great ball and fits a lot of people's games because of how versatile it is, but it just isn't being shown that much. Tony G, the remake of the 1 is very similar to the OG the 1. Okay, yeah, I didn't know what the OG ones were at all. That was before my time in bowling, so that's good to hear, though. That's awesome. Omar Bernal, any bowling balls that you think will pair well for me? One-handed lefty with a Rotogrip Rockstar and a Phase AI. IQ Tour. IQ Tour and Ion Pro. Something weaker and still smooth will be a good play for a lefty. Gandhi, how's your improvement after Mark Baker's suggestions? Terrible. They did not do anything for me. I was able to fix my game on my own. Yep. Unfortunately, I was a little disappointed by Mark in my second oops. I was a little bit disappointed by my coaching with Mark. It seemed like he was in a hurry when he did mine, which is a little unfortunate because I dropped like $110 on it. I didn't incorporate any of it. It probably would have helped, honestly. It probably would have been fine, but I was able to fix things on my own. So, meh. Yeah, Justin Mata, I did hit that one. Reno, meant to say my 9-ball arsenal. Holy cow. I'm not going to be able to give you a 9-ball arsenal right here, man. That's going to take like 10, 15 minutes. Go check out my 6-ball arsenal guides, though, and then fill in the gaps of, like, what bowling balls you get. Daniel, what's a good ball in a modified house shot? Most things, honestly. Most things. That's another hard question. Eric Hernandez, I think Justin's girlfriend is having an issue with her hybrid hill. Yeah, he got a little spam heavy. A little bit spam heavy. That's okay, though. Lance, I need 10 HK22 balls. Well, good, because I think it's 90% of the Brunswick balls in the market right now are HK22. I believe it's 50 or it's 60 out of 65, if I remember right. Somewhere around there, 59 out of 65, something like that. JC, I like my 2 shocks, but I agree. You probably don't need them. You can use a big strong ball on fresh and then move to the same one with polish. Yeah. I mean, and there are certain balls that people just like and have 2 of, but it's very rare. I know I've tried having 2 of the same ball a couple times. I've hated it every time. I pick one and I don't throw the other. So it kind of depends. Joe, hammer effect is my Y. Everyone in my center throws it amazing. I've tried every surface and mine rolls like crap. I can see it's amazing, just doesn't fit me. Oh, you have the Luke Rosdahl effect. Yeah, the effect was terrible for him, but everybody else liked it. So, and he didn't really dog, and that was a good thing with Luke. That's why he does good reviews, is he didn't dog the ball because he just didn't like it. But he saw that a lot of other people did. So, and that's the thing. Sometimes it matches up, sometimes it doesn't. Hey, out of the cut, what's going on? Seems like you know what you're talking about. Keep up the content, which is ironic. I just got told from someone at my local center that I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, it was a coach from this area. Oh, that was funny. Yep. Someone mentioned, yeah, Zach's doing well. And they said he doesn't know what he's talking about. So thank you. Appreciate that for telling me I know what I'm talking about. I just make it up as I go. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm reading cue cards behind the camera. That's all. That's all I'm doing. Jaybird, what's going on? I had to change my opinion on the phase 2. I had to get in the lab and learn the ball, and now my highest game is on it. Hey, there you go, man. Congrats. Love to hear that for you, dude. Love to hear that. Gabriel, I got called to work tomorrow, 10 to 4. Oh, that's not bad for hours. That's not terrible. But yeah, quick reminder, make sure to drop a subscription or a follow if you're new here. We got a lot of cool content coming in the next couple of weeks. We got a lot of live stream ahead of us. It's only 7:07. Whew, I'm just very behind. Apologies. I'm 30 minutes behind on chat right now. So very sorry, but I do try to hit every single comment that you guys do. That is the overall goal. I know there are 134 of you in here right now, but we are going to be getting through everything and anything that you guys have for us. So let us keep on trucking. Larry is the EJ Jackal, a polished Jackal Onyx. It kind of acts like it, honestly. Kind of acts like one, but no, it's technically not. It's a hybrid of the same cover, so very close. K-Brew, that's why I love Motive Ball reviews. Yeah, Motive Ball reviews, you can see the differences. Now, with a Brunswick Ball review, or even sometimes a Storm Ball review, you really don't. It's kind of tough. It's really, some of the balls overlap quite a bit. Like Rockstar versus phase 2, the differences are not that noticeable for a lot of bowlers. Aaron Gull, where am I located? Are you bowling any tournaments? I'm actually off of tournaments for like 2 weeks, I think, 3 weeks. So I have a little bit of a break, which is kind of nice, honestly. I was supposed to have 2 tournaments this last weekend. I only bowled 1 because I have some behind the scenes secret deals that you guys will hear about in about 9 days, 10 days that I had to prep for. James, my league on the burn finally burned me. Ayo. Last teams on the pair threw a bunch of plastic everywhere. The back ends were so inconsistent. Dude, I feel that. My work league, that happens. A lot of, like, I'd say about 30% of the bowlers just throw plastic. Oh, that gets interesting. It gets real fun. Storm Physics or any Black Widow. I mean, yeah, all the physics are all awesome bowling balls. The Black Widows are all awesome as well, if that's what you're asking. Angel, what's a good straight ball for my mother-in-law? She's older in her 60s. If you want to just throw it straight, the best option is a T-zone. Brunswick T-zone. They're going to be a lot of different colors, going to go dead straight, and it's going to be the cheapest ball as well. It's only going to probably, after drilling, be under $100. Out of the cut, I really think the One Ovation is ball of the year. What do you think for the average league bowler who only has a couple balls? Ooh, yeah, the One Ovation is kind of a sad tale. Like, get your tiny violin for that guy because it's a good ball. A lot of people liked the reverb. It didn't get any popularity, didn't get any, excitement. Ball got put on super sale, probably get discontinued in the next couple months. The One Ovation comes out and it's basically the same ball, a little earlier, a little smoother. It's just a hybrid version. It's a really good house shot ball, honestly. It's a pretty good house shot ball. Looks like it's good for tournaments as well. A lot of college kids are throwing it as their kind of big shiny ball because it's not too whippy down lane. You can get things like the Mania that are a lot quicker where the Ovation isn't because the core is so fat on that guy. So I think that will probably be close to sleeper of the year would be my Like I got to come up with some awards this year for bowling, but I think that would be a sleeper ball of the year is the One Ovation, because I can already confirm to you that you can buy them for dirt cheap right now because we just bought a good amount of them. And it just came out, which is kind of disappointing. So what do you think for the average league bowler who only has a couple balls? That's where like that ball does really well. That's where the Ion Pro Solid does really well. It's just versatile and useful in a lot of different situations. It's where the Evoke Hysteria comes in. While those balls are a little pricier, including the One Ovation, well, one is actually a little cheaper, 165 or something. But while they're more expensive, that is like that one ball you get every 2 years. That's like the Black Widow Tour V1. A lot of those like middle-ish, not too angular, not too smooth bowling balls, money for that typical league bowler. Especially just not getting too many bowling balls. Mr. Phil, what's going on? Not Dr. Phil. He lost his doctorate. Picked up the Evoke Hysteria and drilled to my coach recommendation, 45 by 5 by 45. You recommended 60 by 5 by 45. What's the difference on that first number? Honestly, if you would drill both of them that way, 45 by 5 by 45 versus 60, you will notice almost no difference. But that first number it's called the drill angle. That will determine how early or how late the ball will hook. The higher the number, the later the ball will hook. So the 60 by 5 by 45 will hook just a little bit later than 45 by 5 by 45. That was a lot of numbers. Holy cow. I need some kickstart after that one. Eric Hernandez, which ball has your favorite core or has the favorite pour? Ooh, I am a sucker for the Evoke Hysteria. I'm a sucker for blue and purple. I love blue and purple. Those are kind of my baby color. That's a weird way to put it. Those are my colors. Ugh, woof. Otherwise, like, what would be some good ones? Motive has been knocking it out of the park with color design this year. Colorways. Man, what are some other good ones? I do like the Ember. I like the Ember a lot, actually. That might be my pour of the year is the Ember. That thing is gorgeous. Also with the flames on the logo, like just by looks alone, love it. Catch up over here quick. Matthew, you have 2 purples. I do, but the purple is in its own category. You need like 12 of those things. Just the rule. We're in 2025 in bowling. That's just how you have to do it. Jake, why is the Anger weak and sharp and the Anger Solid is not weak smooth? The cover stock. So the Anger Solid has a much stronger cover stock than what the Anger Pearl does. The Anger Pearl, I don't remember the name. Let me look it up quick. No, not Anger Solid, Google. The name of that Anger color coverway, it was CT Reactive Flip. That's their weaker cover stock, where the Anger Solid has Semtech Solid, which is their stronger cover stock. So that's why. The cover matters a lot on those guys. Nick Russell, Vibo replacement, currently dead. There isn't one, unfortunately. There is no replacement for the Vibo. I really hate to say that. There's just nothing that's that big asymmetrical round ball. Honestly, Evoke Hysteria or a Brunswick Combat are your best bet, and it's not Storm stuff, so I'm really sorry. That ball was just so unique. Renee, just had to get rid of my Black Widow Pink. What are your thoughts on a replacement? Do you mean the pearl one, the really old pearl one, or do you mean the urethane? If you mean the pearl one, Black Widow Mania will be your best bet. If you meant the urethane one, there isn't a replacement at all. That's where you have to go with like a purple hammer. Let's see. Nick and Kristen, I'm trying to get into tournaments more. Is there a way for people to practice on sport shots? There's really only 2 ways. Number 1 way to practice on sport shots is go to cheaper tournaments where they put out sport shots. That's one of my favorite ways to do it. I can't really ask my home center to put out oil patterns at all. Just unfortunately how it is. I think they would if I paid a decent amount. But I'm lazy. So my way of doing it all the time was going to cheaper tournaments, $40, $50 entry fees where they're putting out some kind of tougher pattern. A little tougher in some areas to do that, but that's what it really helped me, because then I could also learn transition, because transition when you're bowling with a lot of people is different than transition when you're bowling alone, kind of like with a house shot. So that was my favorite way personally. Erica Pia, what's up? Torpedo direct hit league bag. Yeah, so for anyone who isn't aware, A series that I do every single week is I let my Discord actually pick my league arsenal for the week. So I have about what 33 bowling balls on the list right now. I use a random list generator to cut it down to 10 because Discord only allows you to vote to have 10 things in a poll. And then I let my Discord pick what are the bowling balls I'm bringing this week. And this week, the Torpedo Direct Hit did make it on that list of 10. So currently, the winners are, drum roll please, I can't imagine where we're at right now. The Torpedo Direct Hit is in first, shockingly, at 32 votes. 24 votes is the Gremlin, and then the Cove and the Maxwell Hybrid are tied at 23 votes. The loser of the day is the Deviate Dark Side with 6 votes. Very sad, out of 164. You hate to see it, folks. Hate to see it. Very sad day. But yeah, it's very fun to do. I love doing that. I love trying these different things. It kind of helps me as well, kind of learn what the bowling balls do as well. Eric Hernandez, we hit that one. James D, did you see Mikey Pinnell's video comparing the purple to the tank? I did not. Let me know how that was. I saw that he was drilling one. I don't follow him on anything. I didn't even know he was on socials in all honesty, but let me know what he said. Storm Physics or any, yeah, we hit that one. Joey, I have a question. Why does my Hazmat Pearl smell like lemons? The reason is HK22C. That cover stock additive or cover stock formula, HK22C, does smell either like oranges or lemons, kind of depending on your smell palette, I think would be the word to use. Lou Pugliese, what's different between the Hazmat Solid and the Primal Ghost? Honestly, they're pretty close. They're very close bowling balls in a lot of ways. So I wouldn't recommend both. I think they're actually almost on top of each other. Nick Carter, 4-ball Arsenal. We hit that one. Derek, Ion Max, but I do have the Ion Pro and Ion Pro Solid. Oh, okay. Awesome. Mr. Phil, between the Cove and the Tour V1, they're both supposedly for medium conditions. Which do you feel is more versatile? Tour V1. Absolutely Tour V1. But for short patterns, the Cove will be better. The Cove is a lot more forward, so that one's going to be better in that spot. Also, Valadin, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. Really appreciate it, man. Really, really appreciate it. Yofo, is it worth getting a new ball that replaced an old ball in the same category, like a Pearl Jackal replacing the previous Pearl? Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a good play. Especially if your other one is getting older. Or do they just do that to get our money? No, there are always updates to the cover stock. Like the core generally stays the same, like Jackal Onyx versus Jackal Ambush. I'll argue till the end of time that the Jackal Onyx is much, much better bowling ball because it's actually usable from deeper than 15, deeper than third arrow. That Jackal Ambush just wanted to hook immediately and roll forward. The Onyx doesn't really do that. So while it's the same core, the cover stock got greatly changed in a good way. So that's the positive. Gandhi, every pro shop drills differently and their experience varies from place to place, yet there's no online service that analyzes the bowler style and recommends the best layouts. Also, Raver Rusty, thank you for the follow. No, absolutely. That's one of the tougher things that you don't see very much. Yeah, it's very odd that there isn't anything that there aren't any algorithms that are like, here are your stats. These are the bowling balls that fit best. It's kind of tried to be done every now and then, but really hasn't been done well so far. Corey Casey, Joey Brunswick added lemon scent to the Hazmat Pearl. My Hammermania smells like orange. Yeah, no, that was actually an oopsie, I believe. If I remember right, that was like they were making that HK22C formula and then it just smelled. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Whoopsie. David Jones, I'm thinking about reducing my loadout from 3+1 to 2+1, bringing a Hammerhead, a Cove, a Scorpion Strike, and a Spare Ball. Thinking about dropping the Hammerhead. Hey, that's totally fair. Usually switch the Cove for game 2 anyway. That's A-okay. Mr. Phil, our house just changed to a shortened 39-foot pattern with fewer mills. Oh, boy. We bowl a second league. Yeah, I don't think a house shot should be under 42 feet in 2025. I just don't think it's a good idea. Clint, I found a Radical Max Bias. Where would this fall on the ball chart? Super strong solid. Super strong smooth. JR, I'm also sad about the Mariners. I know. Yeah. Like, it's cool that the Jays made it, but... Sealands, HA22 Conspiracy, and IQ 78 work for 4 games on 2025 Wolf. Then they got 2 Cliffed. Yeah, that's kind of the tough part with some of those shorter patterns. You can get a Cliff pretty quickly. Grumpa, unfortunately, only 30 people signed up for that tournament. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I was actually tempted to go. Playful, I bowl in mostly older, low rev, low speed league, and I think they put down a super low volume. Yeah, you're noticing more places are unfortunately putting out low volume, and it's odd because while oil's expensive, like you don't use a crazy amount more when you put that pattern down. So it's kind of unfortunate that they're going to that. Like, I feel like I would love that if Kegel actually had a say in all oil patterns that places are putting out, just to kind of bump up those mills a little bit on those older lane panels. Because like some people are using like Beaten Path from 2014, and that has like 22 mils or something. Like that's not usable anymore at all. Lorenz Rev It Up Bowling has a couple of good reviews. Yeah, I think I saw that he's back. I haven't watched him very much, but that's awesome. Don's Bowling Buddies, Maximum Effect. Garrett just saw 3 new hammer balls. New Hammer 2.0 and No Mercy Pearl and Solid, along with an Entity and Heckler Pearl. Interesting. Bayou, how would you say the Amped compares to the Strike? Oh, earlier and sharper. Yeah, earlier and sharper than the Scorpion Strike, for sure. Mike Mitchell saw the Judgment Hybrid. Andy Peckies, how comparable are the Rockstar Amped and the Ultimate Wrecker? Not very close. The Rockstar Amped is going to be a lot earlier and more angular than the Ultimate Wrecker. The Ultimate Wrecker was weak and like smoother. It wasn't in the smooth category, but smoother. Yeah, NCAA banned it, Brady. Yeah, so on the women's side, it's banned, right? The men's side, they can still throw it. Correct? Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Unless if something changed in the last week, would really be the only things I wouldn't have heard. But I think the men are still fine. The women, though, can't. Grumpa, in a dilemma. I left the high school club because the head coach was calling coaches, kids, and parents horrible words. Also, is very cruel to assistant coaches. Said no poor kid deserves help with equipment. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, unless that person gets kicked out, there's nothing you can do, which sucks. That's the worst part about those spots. But it's very hard to kick a coach out. So unless all the parents are with you, that I think in Minnesota, you can kick a coach out of high school bowling weirdly easily. We had that happen in at the high school where I'm currently living. Is they kicked out the coach while he was on vacation. There was like half the parents just voted for it, and then he was booted the next day. It was crazy. Gus, now you need to categorize all current balls. I am doing that. I currently have a list of all 7 billion bowling balls on the market right now. I will have a categorization guide. I have no idea how the visual's going to look. I don't know how to do it, but it's going to be coming to a screen near you soon. That's going to be the great part. I just have no idea how it's going to look. Sneak, good balls for wet dry on house. Smoother is going to be best. Phase 2s, rock stars. I like the Origin a lot on Cliff. Equinox Solid. Criterion is really good on the Cliff. Things like that. RJ, my kid bowls for a D1 women team. They suggested Ion Max, Widowmania, Tension Star, Rockstar. If I buy her Equinox Solid, will it overlap? No, it won't overlap, but that ball will kind of be in between that Rockstar and Ion Max. I really like the arsenal that person picked. Whoever did that, like, shake their hand for me, because that's a really good arsenal. They did a good job. Grump, I ended up offering a coaching position with the local junior league and took within minutes of leaving the club. That's awesome, at least. Mike Mitchell, bowled with Specto for the first time. Said my rev rate was about 350. Doesn't seem to match with how much hook I have. Is Specto accurate? Rev rate is one of the hardest things to see on a bowling ball, especially for Specto and for all of that. So it's not totally accurate. It's in the right ballpark, but it's not perfectly accurate. Tori, been hearing really good things about the Swag Apex Solid. If you want a ball that's going to be the smoothest thing on the planet, then yes, that's where the Apex is. That ball is so slow down lane. Oh, Brady, urethane only banned for the ladies side, not the rest of collegiate yet. Yeah, I think we'll be good this year because USBC runs it. USBC won't ban anything this year. I would place a bet that urethane is banned for the college season for 2026, 2027. I guarantee that right after ISC ITC, they come out and say it's banned completely. Guaranteed. David Jones, the entire concept of ball of the year annoys me. Exactly. That's a big thing. That's where, like, because I want to make a video, like, talking about that a little bit, like what makes a ball of the year. And my idea for a really good bowling ball is that it matches up to the largest amount of play styles. Like, that's where I think that Ion Pro Solid, it can match up to a rev dominant, speed dominant, high rev, low rev, high speed, low speed. I think it matches for a lot of people on a lot of different conditions. That's where that Evil Eye just really won't. I don't think. Hey, Bowling with Tex, what's going on? So that's where I think something is ball of the year. Not because it's really good for, person ABC, but because it's actually usable for a lot of different bowlers. That's where it's actually going to be considered a good bowling ball. And that's bowling balls in general. A good bowling ball is something that matches a lot of different play styles. A bad bowling ball isn't a ball that just rolls like doo-doo, like the DNA. I'm saying that because Brady's here. It's really just a ball that matches to very tiny amount of people. That is my reason that the Torpedo Direct hit, I think, is a bad bowling ball because it's so niche. It's so niche and good for such a small amount of people. So generally, I call that ball bad because most play styles will not match up with it at all. However, those play styles that do match up with it, it's money for. So that's where ball of the year in a good bowling ball fits. Don, ball of the year should be the one with the most sales. The problem with that is the only bowling ball that'll be on that list is going to be a Black Widow every year. Like, that's just how it is, which stinks. Like, if you look at ball sales, it's going to be a Black Widow or it's going to be a Phase 2 every year. Like, just no matter what, which is crazy. Hey, Ryan Powers, what's going on, man? Great to see you. That's another guy who's probably going to be bowling all weekend somewhere because that's what he does. If you want to watch an all weekend live stream, go watch Ryan because he'll make top 5 and he'll bowl a lot. Brooks Maldonado, do you think the new Evil Eye with a symmetrical drilling will make a good benchmark? I think it's going to be a pretty strong benchmark, but yes, I think that's where it's going to fit well. It's going to fit like right where a stealth mode is. Jackson, thank you for the subscription. Really appreciate it, man. Welcome, welcome. Caleb, how do you feel about the Equinox Solid? I think it's a good ball. I think it's good because it's a bridge between those insanely strong ASIM solids and those medium strength symmetrical solids. That's a gap that a lot of people need to fill, especially speed dominant bowlers, that they really don't. I think Stu Williams said it perfectly. He said, this is going to be a ball that everybody needs, but nobody's going to buy. Because he's always a huge fan of those absolute powers, was the Absolute Power? What was the last one? Oh, Origin EX, things like that. XL, those like weaker cover stock, stronger core balls, and that's what that Equinox Solid is. So that's who it's going to fit best for. Let us see. No username. I don't know how you did that, man. What do you think about the Hyperdrive Pearl? Hyperdrive Pearl is awesome. It is a better Gremlin. It is what we thought the Gremlin was going to be. Because it's, again, weaker cover, strong core. It's very round, though. So it's really like an RSTX2. For anyone who had the RSTX2, you knew that was an awesome, like, medium-ish bowling ball. And that's really where the Hyperdrive Pearl fits. Raver Rusty said low-key, you're a pro streamer. No, but I want to stream more. I want to stream stuff more. So that's the goal. We're working towards that with the lingo. Daniel, Criterion Inverse or the Theorem? I'd still go Theorem for a while until we know more about that Criterion. Georgia Roscoe, would the old Rhino urethane be used in today's game? No. Nah, sorry, man. It's just not strong enough. Old urethane is nothing like new urethane. Raver Rusty, do you think SPI will make 2-piece bowling balls? No. Never. No, they're going to stick with what they're doing. It's cheap and it works. Cheaper and it works, I should say. JC Bowler, Alert is almost a clone of the Shock, and it's a gear core. Oh, yeah. No, it's 100% just a given snag from the Venom Shock. Yeah. Brunswick's done it in the past before where the Rattler was a direct play on the Venom Shock. Everything was identical, nearly identical. And unfortunately, like, cover stock matters so much that you can't really reverse engineer that stuff. So it just wasn't great. And the Alert, they didn't try to snag the cover stock that time at all. They kind of tried with the Rattler to try to get close, but the Alert is just longer and quicker than the Shock is really where it fits. And that's kind of Brunswick in general compared to Motive. It's all longer. It's all quicker. Richie, what is going on? Planning to get a smoother ball for control. Do you think the Equinox Solid would work? Oh, absolutely. I think that would be a good option. For sure. Steven Schaefer, two-hander, righty, rev dominant, 14 miles an hour, looking for a ball for game 2 and 3. Currently throwing an Infamous. Whew. I had an Infamous in my closet that I never actually threw. I never threw it. I had it for a while. It was given to me. I just never put holes in it. Never plugged it. I don't know why. Everything I saw about it was kind of like, it was good. It's bad. It's good. It's bad. But overall, you are probably going to like something a little more pearl. Anger. You could probably get an Anger for pretty cheap right now. Even over on Facebook, what's going on? What pearls do you suggest for a house shot for League? Equinox is always a great option. Black Widow Mania is a great option if you want some stronger stuff. Evoke Hysteria is the GOAT right now. If you want some weaker options, you have like Ember, GB5 Pearl, Anger, Primal Rage Evolution. There's a lot of good pearl balls for house shots. Just kind of depends when you need it. Let's catch up over here quick. Car Guru, we talked about the Black Widow Tour V1 quite a bit. It's a good ball, just kind of being left in the dust. Nerdy, Radioactive Vibe, Arctic Vibe, and Bubblegum Vibe. Now I just need the Pontiac Vibe. That would be awesome. Oh, you have your hood ornaments ready. You're good to go. You might blind somebody with the Radioactive, though. Aiden, opinion on the Hypnotize. Hypnotize was fine. It was strong, super rolly. It was good if you wanted one asymmetrical ball and you just wanted one only. That's where the Hypnotize was good. TTY, thoughts on the discontinuation of the Attention Star? I'm a little surprised, but also not. The ball's really good. It's been out for over almost 2 years now. So it makes sense that it's gone. It's just a little disappointing because that ball was so good for so many people. But the RST Hyperdrive Pearl is pretty close to it. So Storm wouldn't take a ball that popular away without giving us something close. So that's kind of what they did with the RST Pearl. So that was good at least, but it's still sad. Spenzy, what do you think about the classic Phase 2? Old Phase 2s were the GOAT, 100%. New Phase 2s are a little chuggier. I have heard rumors that the new Phase 2s have AI in them. I'd love for someone from Storm to correct me on that. I would love for that, but nobody has yet. I'm not sure. I might make a video on it, try to like fish some info out of a couple of the Storm guys that follow me on like Instagram. We'll see. I might do that. I don't know if I want to get yelled at though. Larry Tripp, what are your thoughts on the new Raptor? That kickstart is fire, and my favorite has coconut. Yeah, my favorite has coconut water in it as well. Oh, they're awesome. I love this thing. Yeah, I don't like the other flavors much, but this one's amazing. But no, the new Raptor looks cool. It's super strong, super strong. I don't think a lot of people will need it unless you bowl in a lot of oil or you're speed dominant. That's who's gonna like it best. Manual, did you love the Rotogrip Haywire? I never threw it. I tried ordering one, and my uncle, who was a Brunswick staffer at the time, said, yeah, we'll do that. And then he ordered me some Brunswick ball instead. Like, oh, man. But I think it was the Xeno, which I threw my first 300 with. So, like, pros and cons. Wayne, you've accomplished a lot, but the most impressive thing about your streaming is how you can sit in the same spot for 2 hours, drinking energy drinks and not have to pee multiple times. Oh, Wayne, I plan that stuff out. Yeah, I go right before stream, and I'm going right after I hit the stop button. Yeah, 100%. That is, you got to plan this stuff out to a T. Duncan, challenge, make your perfect ball with core, cover, and graphic, but each component has to be from each of the brands. So example, Gear Core, R2S, Eruption Graphics. Ooh. That's a good question. Anger logo. I love the Anger logo. I think it's a great idea. I would go Rockstar Amped colorway instead of that Hammer Anger color. Go with like the Rockstar Amped, more of the red and orange. And then I would go, give me that cover, that Nanotrax cover or Nanostar cover, because I think that thing's really good right now. I match up with it perfectly. I've still struck way too much with that ball. And then give me the Phase 2 core. Give me the Phase 2 core. Oh no, I have to go to Motive. Give me the Evoke core. The Evoke core, Rockstar Amped cover, the Anger logo. That's a weird one, but we're going with it. We're hitting submit. I think that'd be kind of dope. Richie, we hit a little bit. Duncan, what's your favorite style of music and favorite artist? Ooh, I'm kind of all over. I'm more of a pop guy, but a lot of EDM too. I work as a software developer, so I listen to music a lot. So I like a lot of stuff without words is usually better for me. If I'm listening to lyrics while I'm trying to type something or code something, it messes me up. So like I like a lot of more like EDM type stuff right now. It's kind of my go-to, but I jump all over. Cody Hoffman, what's a good tier bowling ball would be for a tier below the Jackal Ambush? That would be like where the Rockstar, Lethal Venom, Phase 2, GB5 would fit. No, don't worry, Justin. I'll get on the spam. Epistemic value. What would you recommend for a rev dominant two-handed bowler for a benchmark? Something weak and smooth. Yeah, that's where like the Cove, the Alert, Venom Shock are all really good in that spot. Mad Caffley, can you suggest strong smooth ball for a two-hander? Equinox Solid is going to be good there. Theorem Solid is going to be money. That's a ball I haven't mentioned much as a Theorem Solid, and I need to mention it more. That ball's really good, but I just don't say it much. So I think something like that. And Truly Him, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Loyal, in between which I want to bowl, one-handed traditional and two-finger one-handed. What do you recommend? I would recommend trying them both out, finding what fits, what feels best for you. That's the toughest thing with picking your style. You can always go back, but once you put holes in the ball, it's a lot harder and you're wasting a little bit of money. So I'd recommend just keep playing around with both. See which one has higher scores for you. See which one feels better on your body, and then go with that option. Blanco, is the Bubblegum Vibe a good third ball for house shot league? Yes, absolutely, for sure. Hey, Truly Him, what ball is a good ball for a house shot? A lot of really good options. Equinox Solid. You've got Evoke Hysteria, Black Widow Tour V1. There's a lot of good balls there. Tree Cat, what ball do you see getting thrown the most in leagues I am in right now? The problem is my league, like my building is just Storm. We can't give away a motive ball. The only motive balls that people throw, there's one guy who buys all the new motive stuff. Then there's only stuff we give away in mystery balls. Every holiday we do mystery boxes, kind of like what like Bowler's Mart or Bowling World do. We're about to start our new one soon. So yeah, we don't really see motive. At Brunswick, we don't really see much Brunswick. It's 95% Storm right now. I would say the biggest one is the Ion Pro Solid. That's the one we've probably drilled the most of in the last like 6 months. And then before that was the Zen 25. I'd say those two are like 1A and 1B for the year. Bart Builds, what's going on, man? ADHD Whiskey, thoughts that Brunswick makes an Anger hybrid? 100% they will. Yep. Wayne, best pour. Ooh, the Outer Limit Solid. I always forget that ball exists. That ball does have a gorgeous colorway. Absolutely. Kevin, I sell nothing but Storm and Motive. Yeah, we can't sell Motive. I don't know why. We've tried. I've tried. Like right when the Jackal Onyx was coming out, I threw 300 with it. Posted, got a lot of views, all that jazz, like to our local pages. Nothing. Crickets. We didn't sell a single one. No, we sold one. Sorry, we sold one Jackal Onyx. I was like, hey, I'm drilling this. It's going to be great. We should, if I do good in league, we're going to get a couple sales. Zero. Absolutely zero. It's crazy. I still love that Jackal Onyx. I think it's underrated for a lot of non-motive guys. Grumpa, PSO drilled 3 balls, 25 by 5 by 25. Archetype solid, pure envy, intense mindset. Archetype and mindset just roll straight and weak hits. They're probably flipping over too quickly. Those cores are kind of fighting each other, cores and covers. Because if you have 25 on the first angle, hook super early. It wants to hook early. 25 on the third angle means it wants to be quick when it sees friction. But the 5-inch pin to PAP means it wants to flare less. So it's kind of fighting itself a little bit. I usually recommend like 70 by 5 by 25 or 25 by 5 by like 50 or 60. Is usually what I go for. Gibbs, 155 first game. You're fine, Gibbs. You got this. You got this. Bart Builds, is the poll still open? Yes, the poll on Discord is still open. If you want to join the Discord, it's in my descriptions for everything or in my link tree, all those places. Yeah, the poll is going to be open until tomorrow at about 4 p.m. We are at 176 votes right now, and the direct hit is still in first. Damn it. No, I match up so poorly with that stupid bowling ball. It's so bad for me. Brent just drilled my Equinox Solid while watching the stream. Going with me to league tomorrow night. Hey, love to hear that. Nice. It's always, hey, you and JR Pro Shops, you and Barks do the same thing. Just drill balls while they listen. I love it. Tom 240p, slightly rev dominant, low tilt. Can't find the Evoke Hysteria in my region. Oh, will Steel Forge be a good alternative? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good alternative. And Dre, what's going on? Drea, what's going on TikTok? How you doing? Mean Boy 2000. I know about matching up. I had an exotic gem and didn't have enough axis rotation. From a lower end ball, how is the hybrid thrill and what balls are similar to it? Or low. The thrill is stronger than you expect. It is stronger than you will think the weak bowling ball is. It is one of the strongest, weaker bowling balls on the market. It's a lot of bang for your buck. It's just so much hook. So be ready for that. Art Bills just voted for Gremlin and Cove. You probably only need 2 balls for League. Well, I'll be bringing 3 because I also am bringing the Energize. Is going to be like whenever my kind of idea with that poll idea for League is like, I will bring whatever new ball I drill, especially if it's not released yet or about to release, just in the chance that maybe one day we'll be doing ball reviews for certain companies, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Then we can actually throw some of the new equipment and try it out and have better ideas of what it is in an actual environment. Hippie just ordered a mount of Jackal after seeing your ASIM video. Awesome. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. JR plugging today. Okay. You have another hour and a half. That was me last night. We had nobody come in, so I was just plug boy. It's fine. Plugging bowling balls isn't bad. It's just monotonous and messy because you have to put in different colors. And then of course the bottles aren't clean. And then you get the dye everywhere, so it's just not great. I've destroyed a couple t-shirts because of that stuff. Jackson Carroll planning on ordering a Hyperdrive Pearl. There you go. Any Rex for a solid to take a different spot. Rockstar is a good, like, similar strength or a phase 2. If you want to go stronger, that's where an Equinox Solid fits. If you want to go weaker, that's where like an Ion Pro fits. So it depends kind of what kind of solid you want in that lineup. Playful, when do you use your Tundra Bluefire? Never. I have I bought the Bluefire because I didn't have a weak bowling ball. I was excited. I throw it. It looks good. I'm excited. I have never used that stupid thing outside of practice. I have brought it with a couple of times, and every time I do, it looks like garbage. Absolute garbage. And I'm so disappointed by that because I thought it would be a good replacement for my old track heat. That's what I wanted it to be for. But no, that ball does nothing for me. I think it would be good if I was less, like a little more on the rev dominant side. That's where it'd be decent for like League or something, but never use it. Never use it at all, and I'm so upset by it. JC, I have the ambush, and I liked it on some occasions. Super forward. Exactly. That ball rolled insanely forward. Insanely forward. Let's see. Be gross. What solid is most similar to an NV Tour is going to be the Effect Tour. Or a track Tundra Fire. Typhoon is close to a Tundra Fire from what I've seen. Gello, best layout for too much friction. You want longer pin to PAPs. You're going to want like a 5 or 5 1/4 inch pin to PAP. The rest of the angles play around with, but really the pin to PAP is the most important one for that. Be gross. What solid is the most similar to an NV? Oh, we hit that one. Martin, what's going on from a GSX Tech from UK? Hey, what's going on? What is up, man? It's my people, the nerds. Nerds get together. Jake, 14-pound Arsenal idea. Bubblegum Vibe, Arctic Vibe. Alert, GB5 Pearl. Mania, Theorem Solid. That's an awesome lineup from Brunswick Brands. I like that a lot. A bunch of eyes. What do you think about the Attention Star S2? It's okay. It's fine. I think there's better options out there. It's smooth. It's slow. It's early, but not too early because the cover's kind of weak. So it's okay. Jaybird, Zach, I got an issue. My wife bought me a Black Widow Mania, but I got a Theorem Hybrid I was about to drill. Which one would be good for League house shot? I think the Mania is better for house shots. I think it's going to be a better house shot ball. It's just a little better for that cliff compared to the Theorem. The Theorem is a little rounder. Wayne, would you throw the Effect Tour if it smelled like Brunswick on a hot summer day? Oh, I would plug my nose, but yes, it rolls too good. DJ, love my Jackal Onyx. Good, love to hear that. Mike Mitchell, can you explain what cliffed means? Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, let's read JR's quick and then we'll hit that. Yeah, Mark said the citrus type scent with the HK22 was an unintended, and HK22C was an unintended aroma. But since Brunswick pours the surges, they do have the ability to add fragrance. Yes. The patent is now over from what I remember, and Storm never renewed it. So Brunswick could do it, but they haven't. And I guarantee it's because Brunswick would get so much flack for copying if they did that. 100% guarantee that would happen. Now, does Brunswick kind of dug their own grave because they copied the Zen 25 colorway with the one ovation, and they do a couple other things like that. And Storm knows it. I had Chad McLean respond to my video showing the Zen 25 and the one ovation, and he said, what was it? Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery or something. But yeah, it's I think that would be an issue for them. They would probably get called copycats quite a bit, which is unfortunate. It's a cool idea. I love the sense. I think they're cool. And I wish they came on Storm, Roto, and Global, but unfortunately just Storm. Very sad. I still hate that that all the ball companies, like, they pretend like all their brands aren't poured in the same place. Like, kind of annoying. I'm trying to make more people aware of it, but it's tough. Mike, so let's talk about the Clift thing. Yeah. So Clift lane, there's a lot of oil in the middle of the lane. There's very little oil on the outside of the lane. That's in a situation where you're throwing it and you miss a little left and your ball never hooks. If you're a righty, you miss a little inside, your ball never hooks. You miss a little outside, your ball hooks and goes through the face or goes Brooklyn. That's what we call a Clift condition. The best ways to combat that is by using a stronger or smoother bowling ball. Pearl bowling balls are really bad on that. You have to be very precise, but a smoother bowling ball is going to be a lot better for those conditions. Hopefully that helps. Seth White, I passed out. Hey, love that for you. Biggie, I took my jigsaw and threw in my league. 280. Oof, that's an oldie. Gone. Interesting game for the stream. Saw a random bowler shoot 280. 9 spare, back 10, then fouled on the last shot. Ooh, nice. I had my cousin once throw a 14 strike to, what was it, 270 or something? Because he fouled 3 times, I believe. What it was. DJ, yeah, Joe, I've been using lane tracks and plugging my results into ChatGPT. It's coming up with some pretty interesting feedback. That's awesome. Any idea if it's trustworthy or gobbledygook? It'll be okay. It'll be fine. ChatGPT is still very iffy. Like, I did try using it earlier. I was making my charts for, like, I just posted some charts on Facebook. I'll post it everywhere else of text guides for my categorization guides. And these are the balls it gave me. When I just asked it, like, what should my visualization look like? And it said, it gave me the Wolverine, the Hypercell Fused, the Paradox, the Melee Jab, which it called the GOAT, the Payback, the Noble Fur, the Paragon Hypercell, the Melee Cross, the Warrant Solid, the Jagged Edge Hybrid, the Recondicer, the Axiom Solid, and the Perseverance. The good old Perseverance bowling ball. Love that thing. Threw a lot of good games with that ball. Yofo, what's the best discontinued ball on sale? Attention Star. Still the Star. But if you're looking for cheaper ones, Heckler's good. It's not discontinued yet, but is acting like it is. The one Reverb is acting like it right now. It's about $100. That one's good. The Anger is really good if you need a weaker ball. The New Blue is still pretty good. Biggie, what's the update for lane tracks? The new update was them putting in video. So it actually gets a video of your shot along with getting your stats, which is super cool. Don, ball of the year. Oh, yeah, we hit that one. Bart Builds, we hit. Bowling with Tex, I bowl straighter. I'm going to a pro shop Friday. Iron Pro Solid or Rockstar Amped? Iron Pro Solid if you throw straighter. Mike Mitchell, ball of the year is Pokemon balls. Hey, if we could get a Pokeball themed bowling ball, I'm buying 8 of them. Bald Head Bowler. New Year, what's going on, man? Good to see you. The Maximum Effect is really good. Maximum Effect is great. It's a super strong ball, but it's rolling really good for a lot of people. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I appreciate it. Jake, what brand you say is the best for each of the 6 categories? Ugh. I think Strong Smooth, Storm has on lockdown with the Ion Max and the Equinox. Strong Sharp, I think Brunswick has on lock. Medium Smooth is Storm. Medium Sharp, I think Storm has right now with a couple balls. Weak Smooth, Storm is really good. Weak Sharp, oh man, is Storm 5 really? I mean, kind of. Like Medium Smooth, you have to give the Storm with the Phase 2 and the Rockstar. I mean, well, the GB5 is good. I don't know. It's tough. It's kind of tough. I think Motive has really good options, but very few. And I think the other brands having so many kind of shrouds that. So that's kind of a tough question. A very tough question. Eyes, do you like the 900 Global Cove? It's okay for me right now. It's fine. It rolls very forward. And that's kind of bad for my game. I think if you spin it a lot, so if your ball roll is more sideways, you're going to really like that Cove. That's where it's going to be best. Let's see. Quick reminder, I haven't done this reminder in a hot minute. Make sure to drop a follow or a subscription if you're new here. It's the best way to help support the channel. You get notified whenever we have brand new videos coming through. We have a lot of videos, 3 per week on YouTube, daily posts on Facebook and Instagram, twice a day posts on TikTok. So really appreciate it if you guys drop a follow or subscription. Also, thank you so much to Grumpa for the $10 super chat. Really appreciate it, man. Appreciate you, Zach. No, I appreciate you, Grumpa. Love having you here. Thank you. If you do want to support in a monetary way, please never feel like you need to monetarily support any kind of streamer or content creator. If you do ever want to, oh boy, what's that? If you do ever want to, super chats are always a great option, or subscriptions on Twitch, whatever it may be. Everybody on Twitch, don't click that link that this dude did. Let me ban them quick. Bad. Ban. Hit the ban hammer. We love a ban hammer. All right. Cody Hoffman. I'm looking for a strong bowling ball, a tier below my Jackal Ambush. Yeah, that's where like the lethal venom would be. Rockstar Phase 2, things like that. Jonathan, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Jess V Boss, I just got a track Archetype, 15 pounds. Turns out a pro shop in my area had one sitting there. There you go. Yeah, that ball's a little old. Wyatt just bought an unused reality check. That ball was really underused. It was a hybrid reality. No one really liked it or used it much, though. That was kind of at the time where what Storm did is they posted either the solid or the pearl version of a ball. People really liked it. They released the other one, vice versa, solid or pearl, and then they released the hybrid, and nobody cared about the hybrid. That happened a lot for them. Halo was a good one. Halo Solid, incredible. Halo Pearl, incredible. Halo Vision, the hybrid, nobody liked. Reality, Solid Reality, awesome. Altered Reality, awesome. Reality Check, nobody liked. So that was a common theme for them for a while. Don, if my Black Widow 3.0 cracks, I'll replace it with an Equinox Solid. There you go. BTA, better than average. What's going on? I'm in the shop right now drilling an amped. What should I drill to complement it? 2-hand, 17-mile-an-hour righty. Ooh, honestly, an Ion Pro isn't too bad of a comparison. If you want like similar strength level, I like my Rockstar Phase 2. Effect Tour is my personal favorite. I've been going Effect Tour into the Rockstar Amped, or Rockstar into the Rockstar Amped are my favorite 1-2 combos. They're very close together, so if you have a lot of bowling balls, I think that's a good call. But if these are your only 2, I don't recommend that. And Brian, thank you for the follow also. Hey, Johan, what's going on? What's the bev for today's stream? Today is Mountain Dew Kickstart, the goated low caffeine option for Mountain Dew. I think it's still 100 though. 90 milligrams of caffeine. Yeah, it's still a little bit, but I needed it today. I had a one of the new Monster Reserves. They had so much sugar, 50 grams of sugar in the can. It was nuts. My teeth still hurt. Johan, I drilled a Black Venom 2 days ago. Love that. Mean Boy, I have an X2 and I drilled it pinned down. It has less flare and quite rounder. Yeah, that's exactly what that'll do. That's awesome. John Romero. Oh, Purple Reactive. Yeah, Purple Reactive's good. Purple Reactive is awesome. Yeah, it looks really good. It's an older ball. It didn't really get much love, but super weak, super smooth. Mike, not sure if you've heard of the YouTuber The Bowling Fool. He had a great video where he went through the track warranty process. It was educational. I was impressed with Brunswick on their service. Can't believe a company hasn't named a ball the Kraken. No, yeah, Bowling Fool. He's awesome. He actually hangs out in our Discord. I watch a lot of his live streams, usually after the fact, unfortunately, because he streams a little bit later. I think he's on the West Coast, if I remember right, or he's in Pacific time. So it's usually a little too late for my old decrepit body. But no, he's awesome. Super nice dude. One of the most down-to-earth guys, it seems like, that you'll meet in the content creator space, which is super dope. All right, let me catch up over here. Paul, how do you feel about the Rotogrip Ultimate Wrecker? It's fine. It's cheap, which is good. But High Road 40 is just better. Jake, is there actually a requirement for tour to be in the name, or can they just throw? No, you can just throw it on any ball. The term tour has usually referred to bowling balls where the differential is lowered by removing a part of the core. That's usually why it started, so that's why they do it. But you can name anything the tour if you want. Kind of like joining the tour. You can just pay a fee and you're a PBA professional. It is a true fact, by the way. You just have to buy the card. I think you only need like a 195 league average or something to get it. Cedric, any good idea for a combo for a speed dominate who's using the Eternity Pie and Harsh Reality Pearl? That's a good combo already. I think you might like something below the pie, like a phase 2 Rockstar, because it seems like you have all Storm stuff. We'll just go with those two. Mr. 87, league just ended night, 589. Okay, not bad, not bad. Yeah, wasn't there a Kraken bowling ball? Didn't Deviate have the Kraken? Yeah, Deviate had a, maybe they didn't. Didn't they? I could have swore, oh, Monster had one. That was a weird brand. No, I thought Deviate had like a squid on theirs. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I might be crazy. Craig Lanter, my daughter bowls college. Her current arsenal is Criterion, Black Widow 3.0, Hater Pearl, Effect, Vaporized, Turbo X. What should her next ball be? Brands of Brunswick, Criterion, Black Widow, Hater Pearl, Effect. She likes a lot of really strong stuff. I'd honestly recommend like a Game Breaker 5 or a Hammerhead next, especially for college. You want some smoother equipment. Eric Daniel, what are your thoughts on the Pulse as ball of the year? The Pulse, if it was $30 cheaper, I think it's great. I think it's awesome, but it's just too pricey. $190 for that strength of ball is not worth it. Living Proof or Living Poof, Columbia Eruption. I've had it for 3 years and need a new similar ball. Oh, that's a tough one. Intel Recon, I think is the best bet right now. The new Intel Recon. Jake, because like the IQ Tour AI feel isn't really a tour ball. No, not at all, but it is because it has lower differential. So yeah, you can throw tour on anything. It's fine. There's no like requirements for ball names. You can name whatever you want. I don't think USB-C has rules at all about names. They probably have some profanity ones, but that's it. I mean, DVA was able to put damn on everything. They're literally called Damn Good Bowling was their big thing. Not really profanity, but rides the line. Hey, JNev, caught another stream. Absolutely. Tori, Pontiac vibe. Stefan, does drilling the thumb into the mass bias negate the intermediate diff? Yes, it does. Yeah. Yeah, so if you drill the thumb into the mass bias, it pretty much makes it a symmetrical ball. Don, they have a 3-day festival in Vegas every year. Yes, yeah, they do. Truly him. What ball is a good? Oh, we hit that one. Is the phase 2 or Black Widow 3.0 a good choice? I like the phase 2 for house and for both technically. Don, there's at least one Black Widow for some kind on every ball rack. True. 100%. Seth, you're back. What up? Welcome back. There are lots of new balls and shoes today. Good to hear. That's awesome. We love a lot of bowling ball and shoe day. We love that time. Austin Wells just took my Sub-Zero from 2K to 1.5K for the cover. Should I leave my nuclear at 5,500? I mean, yeah, if it's not hooking too late, that's a good time to. If it's hooking too late for you, then bring it down to like 4,000. Poof, why is it a tough one? Wait, what did you say as a replacement? I said the Intel Recon. I think it's tough to replace the Eruption because it was a very unique Pearl ball, but I think the Intel Recon is your best choice to replace it. Don, the Gremlin is getting closer to overtaking the Torpedo for your bag. Oh, it is. It's getting close. I still don't like my Gremlin, so, but that's good at least. I think I'm using it wrong, honestly. Scrimblow, the pro shop I go to has Absolute Power is at a crazy markdown. Been looking into stronger equipment. Yeah, no, the Absolute Power is good. It's a good ball. It's kind of like a phase 2 in terms of strength. It's great, just wasn't well liked, unfortunately. David Jones, if your pro shop is attached to a bowling center, maybe you can make an arrangement with them. If someone bowls an honor score, they get a picture of them with the ball they used and make mini posters. Yeah, not to talk too terribly of our bowling alley. They actually do not, they kind of took out a lot of like the Hall of Fame honor scores, all that jazz from our bowling center. So that would be cool. We usually try posting it on our social medias if we have someone to post on our socials, but yeah, I like those ideas best. I love that as a pro shop is like congratulate and honor the bowlers who bought equipment from you and through honor scores with that stuff or their high score, post pictures, post videos, whatever it may be. I think that's an amazing idea. Che, thank you for the follow on TikTok. Ivan, what would be a good round ball before the Crown Vic? Alert. Alert or the Anger Solid. One of those two. Jimmy, absolutely love your content. Hey, thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. And Spurt, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Brendan Shepard, how do you feel about the Jackal series? It is one of the best asymmetrical lines in bowling. Motive Jackals are good. They're really good. They've been around forever. It's a really good core. They struck gold with that core. They done good. John, my phase 2 was overreacting last week, so I touched it with a 1500 pad and rolled 7 strikes. There you go. Seth, you just sent your message to Boog, and I'm writing one to Packy. Hey, there you go. Awesome. Good luck. Let me know how that goes. Lorenz, I shot 700 with the Blue Fire in a summer league when the lanes are dry. That's kind of where it fits best. Yeah, I just don't. I'm too speed dominant for that. This is unfortunate. Brendan, which Jackal would you say is best? I am very biased, and I'm going to say the Jackal Onyx is the best Jackal ever made. Jackal EJ might be kind of close, though. That one's really good. I think the new Jackals are better than the old ones. They're better for more bowlers, but the old Jackals were good. Oh, wait, no, Jackal Ghost. Hold on. Never mind. Take that back. Take that back. Erase the comment where you guys mentioned the Jackal Ghost, because I know I probably had 10 people typing it. Jackal Ghost is the best Jackal. There we go. I forget the Jackal Ghost exists so often. So often. I forget that ball's a thing. Tori just put fresh 4K on my GB4 Hybrid Game 2, Rockstar 1, and my IQ Ruby 3. There you go. Yeah, one big tip. We have a lot of people hanging out. So one big tip for you guys is make sure the surface of your ball is up to snuff. Because when you're throwing a ball, it gets shinier and shinier. So, yeah, what you should do is make sure to take the shine off if the ball's not doing what you think it's supposed to. Try hitting it with a 2000 grip pad, 1000 grip pad. Try to just keep the surface up to snuff. Otherwise, the ball just gets too smooth and too shiny and just doesn't hook that much. Yeah, there we go. Jackal Ghost the best. Perfect. I know. I always forget that ball exists, and I'm so sorry. Beans, what's going on? Grumpa, what would be a good replacement for a 12-pound Zen gold label and a good ball to pair for a 2-ball arsenal for a teenage girl with low speed and revs? Oh, boy. What would be a good replacement for a 12-pound Zen gold label? Yeah, I'd go Rockstar Amped, actually. Low-key, the Rockstar Amped has a similar reaction to the Zen gold label. Just a little better. Good ball to pair for a 2-ball arsenal for a teenage girl, low speed, low revs. I'd go early. Tropical Surges, Hustles. A couple of those will be a good play. Don't go too strong. You don't want to get too strong of equipment for a lot of kids. That's just never a good play because they outgrow their equipment. You don't want to get that $200 ball for them just for them to outgrow it, have a new hand size, be able to throw heavier weights within 6 months. Jake, guys, you're forgetting the Storm Spectre. Ooh, can we even say that ball anymore? I don't think USB-C allows it. That ball was super soft. That ball was, like, very soft. Corey, I almost missed you. I'm bowling for the first time after 2 months. Hey, good luck, good luck. Good luck. Don't go too crazy today. Don't go too crazy with it. Vito, how the VLS layout of 5x3 by 2.5 cross reference. Ooh. That would probably be like 30 by 5 by 55. About 30 by 5 by 60, maybe. Hey, Brooke, what is going on? Good to see you. I'll hopefully see Maribeth this weekend in Orlando. I got first in high school districts today. That's awesome. Yeah, I saw she's going to Orlando. What's that? Is that for SYC? Did she get flown out there from a storm? Because that'd be wild. It'd be absolutely crazy. I haven't talked to that girl in a while. So she stopped joining in the streams. It's sad. Jeff, I have a Phase AI, Phase 2 I seldom use. I will always end up using my Road Warrior. What's good after the Road Warrior is done? Typhoon. That'll be a good option. Wayne, the citrus smell on my Mesmerize and Hypnotize is so strong and it doesn't go away, which is crazy. I've never smelled that. I've never smelled the citrus. Like my Energize is HK22C. I don't smell anything. I might be crazy, which I probably am crazy, but I don't smell it at all. It's weird. Brooke, no. Oh, for a college tournament, Sacred Heart is the ghost, or it's the host. Oh, that's super dope. Yeah, make sure to see her. Make sure to say who you are, and she'll love that. She'll want to get a picture and all that. So yeah, tell her Zach says hi too. Dave Shaver, haven't bowled since 2000. Where's the best info to learn PAP, RG, etc. terminology? You're at the right place, Dave. We have bowling terminology guides on the channel. Our YouTube is chock full of information about cores and cover stocks and the best bowling balls on the market right now and what all the balls do on the market. So, yeah, check out our YouTube and you'll be able to get a lot of that information. Playful. The Storm Scent thing is a double-edged sword. I love the way my Ion Pro smells, but I hate the way my Blackout smells. That is the one issue. I re-smelled a Phase A. That's a weird phrase. I smelled a Phase AI yesterday, and I'm going to look up exactly what the scent was. It was bad. Storm's website is still broken. Are you... Brah. Why? Why is it still broken? No, William, thank you for the like. Cherry vanilla. Yeah, it smells like doo-doo. I hate that smell. It's terrible. Christopher, I'm a low speed, high rev bowler. I need a ball that doesn't hook as hard on the back end. Go with like a raw solid. Hammer raw solid will be a good play. Or a hustle x-ray. Gabriel, I'm going to be the ultimate wrecker at work tomorrow. Ayo. CR15, what does blend the lane mean? Blend the lane means that you have more room for error. So if you miss out, your ball will still hit the pocket. If you miss in, your ball will still hit the pocket. Boog responded already? Wow, that's kind of nuts. That was so fast. That dude lives on Instagram then. Yeesh. Yeah. No, he'll be awesome to work with. Good luck with that one, Seth. Yeah. I'm glad you got a hold of him. I'm glad that worked out, that he actually answered. Yeah, it's kind of cool. So Seth, who's been in Twitch chat, he actually wrote an essay about us, which was, it was an incredible essay. It was amazing, really well written and everything. And now he's going to try to write one. He wanted to write one about any of the pros, but a lot of the pros just don't answer. I'm going to be blunt with you guys. A lot of the pros are kind of jerks. Little bit egotistical, and they won't really answer fans a lot. A good amount of them are. More bowling pros are better than like baseball or basketball pros, but there's a couple that are jerks, and luckily Boog is not one of those guys. I had a conversation with Boog Kroll. Love that for you. That's awesome. That is awesome. Jaybird, what are your thoughts on the new Energize? What is it best for? What conditions? Is it a sports shot ball or house shot ball? Yeah, so I ended up drilling mine. I drilled Age in Energize. I threw it on just a house shot, a little beat up house shot, and I was whacking with it. And I think it's really good for blending that wet dry. I think that's really where that ball's going to excel. I'm curious how it is on sport shots. I haven't thrown it on a sport shot yet. I think it's going to be like a slight step down from an Origin. My goal with the Energize was to have a ball between my Origin and my Vaporize Rockstar Amped Zen 25. Mad Dog, thank you for the follow. So I really wanted something in that range. That's where the Energize came in. I think it's smoother than I expected, in all honesty. It's a little slower down lane than I would have thought. But overall, it seems pretty decent right now. It was supposed to come polished, and it very much didn't, which is weird. So I think polished, it might be a little more angular, but we're going to try it at the grid it's at right now. Brendan, thank you for the follow as well. But yeah, that's what I think of the Energize right now. All right. Oh, it is 8:07. Holy cow. We are making it a really long stream. All right. We are going to be doing last call for questions, guys. Last call for questions from anybody. Make sure to put any down below in the comments. While you guys write up those questions, we are going to give a quick thank you to everybody who's been hanging in so far. We're not done quite yet. We've got a couple minutes left. We are also, make sure to drop a follow or subscription before you forget, in case YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, or Facebook ended up unfollowing or unsubscribing, because that does happen. Really appreciate if you do that. Drop a like on the streams. That really helps a lot as well. So let's hit our couple final questions, and we'll be calling it a Wednesday night. Landon, best house shot ball for a rev dominant two-hander. Cove is low-key kind of good. Cove might be low-key kind of good there. Brunswick Alert, I think, will be kind of good. Venom Shock. I think a lot of those balls might be pretty decent. Akiva, what's going on? Brendan, what do you feel about the Crimson Jackal? The Crimson Jackal is the best Pearl Jackal we've ever gotten. So it's good. It's solid. It's pretty angular down lane, more angular than you'd expect. And it's good. It's a good piece. I think the Evoke Hysteria is better though. But for a Jackal, it's great. G Bryant, what's going on? Give us your top 5 drinks this year. Oh God. Cotton Candy Ghost, Bubblicious Strawberry Ghost, Razzleberry Rain. I'm going to throw a kickstart on there, and then Blue Raz or Triple Berry Bubbler. Jordan Austin, thank you for the follow. All right, I'm going to have to skip a couple questions, unfortunately. G. Bryant, I had the old badass. Oh, yeah, I forgot the badasses were a thing. Holy cow. Mean Boy, it's 10 a.m. in Japan. Oh, good morning to you then. Good morning. Jaybird, he's 8 and haven't figured out how to explain to his level of understanding. For recommendations for visuals for teaching how to play the lanes. When you're that young, it's very tough. It's very tough. I am not good at teaching very new, unfortunately. Wayne, you have to pick one for your bag, Pulse or Evil Eye, or would you risk it and go for the Entity? Oh, Pulse, 100% the Pulse. Yeah, I would go with a Pulse. That ball looks pretty decent after like 10 to 15 games. Once you get that like really, really hard surface off of it, it looks pretty decent. It looks like a phase 2. Mike, yeah, the monster was Kraken. Yep. Jason L, I bought my first ball. Scorpion Strike. Thought I should do 5x4 by 3.5. Great call. Great call. All right, we're going to be skipping a Q. JC, does an Onyx even make sense if you have a Ghost? It does. It does if you bowl sport shots. I don't think if you bowl house shots, you need it. Scrimblow, I need to get resurfacing pads. Always a good recommendation. Shat Guy, would love your take on no thumb pin down layout. Awful. It's not good. It's not a secret layout. It looks good because Chris Vi is one of the best bowlers on the planet. Chris Vi can make a bouncy ball strike, let alone a pin down ball. No, I don't recommend it for most people. Stick with 2LS layouts. Don't do anything too crazy unless you have the funds to do it. Do not buy a ball expecting it to be great. Put a pin down layout on it for a two-hander. It's not going to go well. David Jones, Pro Shops have a great smell to them. It's mostly that super glue. Exactly. Glue is a great thing to smell all the time. Timothy, wife has an original Equinox and a bubblegum vibe. Want to replace the Equinox and get her a medium strong ball. Amped. Go with an amped if you're sticking with the Storm brands. Otherwise, GB5 Pearl. Keep going. Mad Dog. I have an Optimum Idol Pearl, Eternity Pie, and Pure Envy. I want to get rid of one of the last two. I would get rid of the Eternity Pie. I think the Pure Envy is a better version of it. Bart, where were you looking on the Storm site? So what happens with the Storm site, I unfortunately don't have my scene set up to do it right now, but you'll look up a ball, like you'll just Google like Phase AI, you'll click on the first link, and then it just doesn't work. Like it sends you to a 404 page. Hey, Mr. Phil, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really appreciate it, man. Greatly appreciate your multiple email response. Your knowledge and insights has helped my bowling tremendously, and I'm enjoying bowling so much more. Keep up the awesome work and keep it real. Mr. Phil, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. All the kind words. One of my favorite things with doing this is hearing your guys' success stories and like that this stuff, these streams, these videos are actually helping you be a better bowler. That's why we are doing this. We're not doing this for money. We're not doing this for bowling fame. We're doing it to try to help you guys become better bowlers and sift through all the garbage that's out there in the online world of bowling. So I'm really glad you're hanging in. I'm really glad I was able to help you out, man. That means a ton. That means the world hearing that. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mike, appreciate all you do. Thank you for hopping in, Mike. And thank you for all the insults there too, Mike. They are very top tier. I just know if Brunswick, if the brand ever hears me say them, it's probably going to end badly. But you know, oh well. Jake, I find it funny that your audience is so wide. There's youth like me. Oh, dude, if you look at my demographics, it's insane. You will see every age range under the sun. Like for Facebook, I have my 45 to 55 demographic is the biggest. TikTok, it's 20 to 30. YouTube is right in the middle at like 30 to 40. It's crazy. Awesome. Tim the Tapman fan. I just got an AI with not even a game on it for $100. An absolute power with 2 games on it. Ooh, you got a steal, my dude. Bart, the search is probably showing outdated links. Yeah, it does. Yes, that's what it does. Yeah, no, the menus work great. It's just when you Google it, that's the problem. When you just Google the name of the ball, because that's what I do all the time is like, I'll just Google the name. I won't go to Storm's site first. So like if I'm looking up a Phase AI, I'll just put in Google Storm Phase AI. Storm is the first one that pops up, but the link is busted, which sinks. Wayne, how good and bad are you bowling opposite handed? I do have some footage that is deep in my archives from when I was in Pittsburgh in February, where I threw a 205 left-handed with a house ball against Maribeth. It was a fire game. She beat me two-handed. She threw it like 8 miles an hour and beat me. And I hate that happened. But lefty, I whacked it. Absolutely crushed it. So my lefty game is pretty good. My lefty game is pretty all right. I used to be a lefty in a lot of things too, but I wanted to be like other kids at school, so I switched. Like baseball, that was my dad's like biggest regret with everything. He wanted to make me a lefty baseball, have a lefty swing for baseball. And I had it for a while as a kid. And then apparently, I don't remember this at all, but apparently I came home crying one day, like all the other kids do it the other way. And I want to do it that way. So I switched over, which is very sad. Could have been a lefty. Jake, when you search ball of the year definition, dark side still shows up. Hey, if it shows up in the Wikipedia article, it's all that matters. All that matters. All right. But with that, I want to call it on it. Post it. If I find a good time, I will. I will. I might post some clips randomly on short form platforms or on YouTube Shorts as well. But I want to give a huge, massive thank you to everybody who hopped in. We had, I think this might be the second most viewers we've ever had on a live stream. Number one was still when we talked about urethane a couple months ago. But this is probably one of the biggest live streams we had on all platforms. I want to thank everybody who's here from TikTok. We had so many people on the TikTok game. I love the culture that we have over there. Huge thank you to those guys. Instagram, unfortunately, is not here, but Instagram's fun. Facebook, we had more guys here from Facebook than ever before. So huge thank you to the Facebook crowd. That's been blowing up a lot lately, even when Brett Spangler doesn't like my my charts and graphs. And then Twitch, we had a lot of people from Twitch slowly hanging in. I'm trying to post more or be live more on Twitch for some video gaming stuff. So if you like video games, make sure to go check out our Twitch. And then also YouTube is just absolutely blowing up. So huge thank you to everybody that's hopped in over these last couple of weeks. Any growth we have with the channel is because of you guys, and that's your guys' success more than mine. Like it's awesome to see. It helps us make more and more content, more cool stuff. But anyways, enough of being sappy. TikTok, I'm going to say goodbye to you first. TikTok, thank you for hopping in today. I appreciate it. Next week, we are going to have a Halloween stream. We are dressed up. We're giving away a tub of G Fuel next week. It's a G Fuel sponsored stream, so make sure to stay tuned. I will be dressed up as a character. I will give you the movie that the character is in, and it is the movie Shrek. Will be the character I'm dressed up as. So be ready for that. Otherwise, thank you, TikTok. I'll see you guys on the next one. All right. And then YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Huge thank you to you guys. So like I said, it's also the same with you guys where it's a G Fuel sponsored stream next week. So it's still our business as usual. I'm just going to be in a, I am just going to be dressed up like a character and then be giving away actually a pretty big tub of G Fuel. They gave me a pretty hefty one. It's Chucky flavored. I remember, I don't remember what the flavor was, but I think it's like raspberry lemonade or something, but it's Chucky flavored. So that we're going to be giving that away. So it should be fun. But otherwise, I want to thank you guys. We'll go to a stream ending page and then we'll be calling it. Again, make sure to drop a sub, a follow, whatever it may be. We'll have another video coming out tomorrow about 14-pound balls, 15-pound balls, and 16-pound balls. So make sure to stay tuned for that, especially if you throw 14 or 16. But otherwise, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your night.